Hey everybody, what's going on? Happy Friday.
Yeah,
Here we are.
it's Friday, and I feel like shit, kind of.
Why?
I don't know. I feel sleepy. I think it's the heat, and it's not hot in here, but it's really hot outside.
It's very oppressively hot outside, yeah.
It's been raining, and there's something about
as usual.
yeah, there's something about this time of year in Florida. It's kind of like the change in the atmospheric pressure. I think it's just kind of like you never quite wake up. You feel like you're sleepy the whole day.
I kind of feel like that too.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? That's why I never really liked summer in Florida. It always just feels like really oppressive. Like it's pushing down on your head, you know?
Yeah, it's hot out there. Probably 97 degrees Fahrenheit.
The only time I went outside today was to take the garbage out, and it didn't seem too bad then, but that was like earlier in the day, and I was just out there for a minute. So
windows got fucking condensation on them.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, it's bad out there.
That's why we stay inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Europe, we have Europeans in here. Probably they don't know anything about air conditioning. The Germans think air conditioning is bad for you. Shit. Without air conditioning, none of the American South would be inhabitable. Fucking, they don't know what the
I wouldn't want to live here.
No.
The thing about it is that most of the time over there you don't really need it, but I mean it's real hot right now, but that's unusual.
No, it's not bad for your health. We've been doing it for 90 years. That's about, that's when it started.
I mean, Lord knows we do way more shit that's bad for your health than air conditioning. That's way down the list.
Yeah, the heat would kill you before anything the AC would do.
Well,
cool,
I mean,
dry air.
When we were growing up, my brother, we were out at, what were we doing? Like we're out at a picnic or out to Springs or something like that. Yeah. My brother was out playing in the sun, and it was August or something, and he had like a heat stroke, like pretty much. Yeah. And he fucking sunburned, and his face burnt, like turned all red, and it like swelled up, like he looked like a cartoon character.
In the South, it's a leading cause of death of old people is fucking heat.
Yeah, you'll literally die out there.
They tend to be low income people that fucking can't afford to run AC. It kills them.
I mean, honestly,
there's a correlation.
There's a weirdly in my office right here, the vent is right there. Yeah. So actually, when I'm in the office during the day, it's actually kind of cold in here. Like I usually wear a hoodie. But, if you have to go outside for something, it's like a huge temperature differential.
Yeah, and our electric bill fucking goes up by like $150 a month when these months hit.
Yeah. It's like
but and it goes on for about 3 months. But you can't do anything about it. You just got to pay it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
the house had just turned to mold.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to not have it.
Yeah. Every piece of paper in here would just start crinkling.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, and everything smells bad.
Yeah.
Because the humidity is 100%.
Yeah,
and everything just kind of will grow, mold and shit.
American Military said, have you guys reviewed the 1981 future star-studded slasher masterpiece, The Burning? I don't think we have. I've seen it several times. I remember like kind of wanting to do it and like being on the list, but I don't know if we ever got around to it. That was one of the earlier movies that Tom Savini worked on.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of like future stars in that. Wasn't Holly Hunter in that, and Jason Alexander from Seinfeld, and like a bunch of other people that I can't remember right now. But it's been I've seen it like 2 or 3 times. One of these days.
I've been doing behind the scenes consulting work for another channel called Sumerian Scholar. A young veteran, Army veteran guy's got a Conan channel. We talk a lot. If you come up with show ideas, and there's a new Conan animated series coming out for the Cartoon Network, but it's adult kind of oriented, and it's supposed to be based on the Robert E. Howard stories. And the first season's going to be Queen of the Black Coast, and it's going to be the whole series. So the whole first season. So I don't know how, that's a short story. So I don't know how he's going to have to flesh that out to get 10 episodes out of it. But he's good. He's the same guy who did Primal, which we're going to see that. He did
Samurai Jack.
And he did the first animated version of the Clone Wars. It's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
like
that's right.
some of the best Star Wars. Lucas wanted to hire him to be like his extended canon guy, but he said no because he had another project. This was a long time ago, and they never did say what project it was, but it may have been this Conan project because he's been trying to get it for 15 years. So he just got it. It'll be out soon, but I haven't seen any of his other stuff, so I want to see Primal for that because he evidently used Robert E. Howard's Conan as kind of a template for that, and everybody says it's great.
It's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
All 3 seasons of it.
Yeah, it's like 3 seasons, and
So we're
it's
gonna end up watching
about a
it.
caveman and his dinosaur trying to survive. But it's like Conan. I think it might have been based on a Robert E. Howard character. I'm not sure because he had a couple of other characters.
Yeah, he did have some other characters other than Conan, but I don't remember if any of them was a
But
caveman.
I want to see that before I have a background to judge the new Conan when it comes out. I'll probably check out that Samurai Jack too. They say that's real good.
Yeah, I've seen like clips of that, but I've never like sat and watched the whole thing. Primal was on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
But also on HBO Max, I just noticed that they added Undertone, that horror movie, which I really wanted to see in the theater, and I never got around to it. So I know what I'll be watching this weekend. Ha ha ha. Big Dog says, "Hello, I just saw an OK video on Tubi, The Witch Revenge." I feel like I saw that when I was scrolling through, but I never did watch it. Interestingly, we were flipping through Tubi last night because it's like, I wanted to watch something. Well, I knew Tom would want to watch something other than true crime because I'm always like, let's watch some true crime, and he's like, man, it's so depressing. So I was like looking for something that was a little bit more fun. Tubi is great. Like, it has so much stuff, but the thing about it, their search is a lot better than it used to be, and like their categorization, it's easier to find stuff. But it's like they have so much stuff that it's like, really, unless you know what you're looking for directly, like it's really difficult to like decide on something. But I stumbled across this series. I guess it's a British series, and it's several years old. I think it was from 2010, and it was called Video Killed the Radio Star. And it was basically like 80s bands, and they were talking about, each episode is a different band, and so they talked to like some of the band members, and they talked to like some of the people that directed their videos, and like what the videos were like, and the impact of MTV on music and all this other kind of stuff. And it was actually really interesting. We started watching it. The first one was about Duran Duran, so of course we're gonna watch that one. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep watching them. Like, even though some of the bands I liked and some of them I didn't give a shit about,
like Bon Jovi,
and I was just kind of like, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. They're only like half an hour long, so I thought they were all still interesting, even if it was a band I didn't like particularly. But most of the bands, they start out, because it's British focused. The first one was Duran Duran. I think the second one was Spandau Ballet.
Yeah.
Who I think only had really one. I only remember them having one big hit over here, but I know they were a lot bigger in the UK. Then the third one was Boomtown Rats. And then they had AC/DC. They had like Sting and the Police on there. They had who else did they have on there? I can't remember. But like Bryan Adams. I was like, shit, I forgot how he's Canadian, but I forgot how many hits that dude had back in the 80s. Like every single song, I was like, holy shit, I know this song. I remember this song too. He was everywhere. And like you don't really hear about him anymore. But yeah, the Bon Jovi one, I was saying this to Tom last night. I said I watched the Bon Jovi one, which is probably the most boring of us because I don't like Bon Jovi at all. But I was like, you know how sometimes like some music that I didn't really like in the 80s, like at the time, and I was like, oh, this sucks so bad. And like, but now like later on, I'm like, yeah, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought. Yeah. Like with Bon Jovi, it's like the opposite.
Yeah, it's worse.
Like I didn't like them back then, but like watching the show about them and hearing a bunch of their songs, I'm like, oh my God, they suck even more than I remember.
They're worse. It's the topics of the song. It's just the glorification of mediocrity. It's not bad quality music. It's just what they're talking about. The lifestyle that they're talking about is just, they're just glorifying like average, boring people. But they're not doing it in an artistic or fucking like abstract way or anything. It's just like verbatim, literal. Fucking hold on to what we got. We're halfway there. Ah, living on. Man, shut the fuck up. Everybody's worried about paying bills.
I mean, it was very popular, but
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You married her. You're only fucking 25. Yeah, she's 21. You can't pay the bills. We know.
Join the club.
I'm working. Yeah, I'm working on the docks. I don't know what the fuck she's doing for a living, but she shows up with $500 every weekend. Yeah, you don't know what the fuck
she's
doing.
making more money than he's making.
Yeah. Yeah. She makes it in an awful short period of time.
He didn't say that in the song. I'm pretty sure.
That's how I imagined it.
But I'm pretty sure in the song he mentions like some kind of job. She has like a waitress or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
She's working tables.
Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, you could put it that way.
Working underneath the table.
Who else? Oh, they did one on Aha also, which, obviously, because they had that. They talked about some of their other videos too, but I mean, they focused a lot, obviously, on Take On Me because of the rotoscoping. Because honestly, that video, in my opinion, like, still looks really cool, like, even today. And, because it's hand drawn.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't know this, and I'm pretty up on 80s music lore, but I didn't know that they had actually made a video for Take On Me, and it was a slightly different version of the song that was a little bit lamer, and they released that like as a single and as a video, and it didn't go anywhere because the video was like boring as shit. It was basically just like a performance video of them in like a blue room.
I wonder if people still gotta find it.
Well, they showed it partially on there, so I'm sure somebody's uploaded it to YouTube. Like I said, it's nothing worth writing home about. It's just like super boring.
The song sounds a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a slightly different version, and evidently what happened was that whoever was their record company or whatever at the time were like, this is a great song and we think this could go somewhere, and maybe it's just the video being super boring. Maybe we can get this to go someplace. And so they basically said, I don't think they gave them like a blank check or anything, but they're just like, take as long as you need, make a kick-ass, like really cool video that's really going to stand out. And it took them like months and months to make it because, like I said, they had to film everything, and then they had somebody hand draw like over a bunch of it, so it took forever.
Yeah.
But obviously the final product looks really cool still, like this much time later. But it worked. I mean, that was a huge fucking hit.
Yeah, that happened many times, and people didn't notice it. Like like Billy Idol re-released "Hot in the City." That came off his first album.
Yeah.
And then later on, like 3 albums later, he re-releases that song "Hot in the City." I think it might be the original recording. I have to check. But a brand new video with like, he's in New York, he's looking through a hole in his wall into the hotel and into the apartment next to his, and in there they got hot goth chicks being crucified and doing BDSM. There's a whole sex party going on, and he ends up over there. Remember that? They crucified a chick at the end. And it's all like glam, like gothed out, like glam looking shit, glam BDSM stuff, and that was a hit. But I think a lot of people who weren't fans of Billy Idol didn't realize that was like from a long time ago. That song was like from.
I think what happens sometimes
from the first album
is like they'll release a single and it doesn't get any notice.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, man, I really like that song, and I wish that had gone somewhere. And so then, like, later on, when they get famous, they're like, I'm going to re-release that.
They re-released it. He re-released it with
I like that
with a brand new video, and that was a huge hit.
Yeah, so sometimes it just kind of depends on the timing. And like I said, with the Aha song, I will say that the remix, like the version that everybody knows now, is much better than the original. The original one wasn't bad. It just didn't have that same oomph to it. Like they had given it a little something something.
He also re-released Moni Moni.
Yeah.
Because this first time he released that was like in 1982, maybe 83, and it was on a single. It was on the Dancing with Myself single. Because the Dancing with Myself, I think, originally came off a Generation X album. And then he re-released Moni Moni again. I think it was like in 87. With a brand new video. And
yeah, I remember that one.
That was a huge hit.
Yeah, too. I remember that was on MTV all the time.
Several of Billy Idol's hits were re-releases of earlier stuff. And it's because it didn't get a nationwide release. It might have been released in California. Maybe New York.
I think that's just kind of what it is. It's like it's regional, or it didn't go as far as they thought it would. And they were like, hey, let's just remix it a little bit or make a new video. And like, most of the work's already done,
Yeah.
Zach says, are there any bands where their backstory is more interesting than their music? The Beach Boys is one to me. Yeah, that's true. Camp Guy says Journey and Steve Perry. MTV behind the music. Steve was about to quit trying to break into music, and his mother encouraged him to keep on trying. He met the guitar player, and the rest is history. Just goes to show. And the weird thing about it is, didn't we see that documentary? And I don't really give a shit about Journey either.
Yeah.
But didn't we see that documentary where after Steve Perry left, because he went solo like back in the 80s, right? Because I remember that happening. And they hired a guy
from the Philippines.
That had like YouTube videos of him like singing Journey songs, and he sounds just fucking like Steve Perry. Like
he was like a nobody, but
it's uncanny.
He was a good looking guy.
Yeah, they found him on YouTube.
He was super young, and he could sound just like Steve. It was insane. Like, he'd fucking belt that shit out. And he had a band. He was doing like, he had like a cover band, like a Journey cover band, but it was real small. And they went down there to interview him, and there wasn't even a tryout, was there?
I don't think so. I mean, they'd already seen him sing like on all the videos, so they're just like, "You're hired."
I think they put him up on stage
to see if he would
see if he could freak out in front of people.
Yeah,
and he didn't. He fucking delivered, and he got the job, and he's now the official singer of Journey.
It's kind of a heartwarming story. Honestly.
Yeah, and he's evidently like a huge pride of the Philippines.
That was like that's what I thought was really heartwarming. Like all of the whole country like rallied behind him, like our hero. It was like so cute.
Yeah, and they were kind of like goofing on him like he was a loser at first.
Yeah,
because he was just like a broke dude, with like long hair,
singing Journey songs in his bedroom.
Journey songs in these
put it on YouTube. And then he's like, "Suck it, haters!"
Yeah, in these old fucking bars, fucking cheap ass bars, and he ended up being their fucking lead singer. And they showed a lot of him during that tour. And the band members like, this guy's fantastic because he's so young. He's got all this energy. He's just breathing life back into the band because they were just watching him go.
Yeah.
He's
meanwhile, like all the dinosaurs and the rest of the band
they're
are like,
old guys.
Whoa,
They're fucking just like,
wish my knees could still do.
Yeah, they're like tripping out on this young guy who like really believes in these songs, which he did.
Yeah,
he worshipped that band. He was like a mega fan.
Yeah, so he was like just put all that passion into it. So you could tell he wasn't just like...
He knew everything about the song. He knew everything about the band. He knew all the names, the members of the band, the history of all the dudes. He knew everything about the band. He knew what all the songs meant. And he sings them perfectly. You would think that was Joe Perry.
Steve Perry,
Steve Perry in his prime.
Yeah, it
sounds like him in his prime.
Like he sounds just like him.
23. Just fucking going crazy.
It's insane.
He's very good.
Zach says, oh man, I found out recently the hot main dude from Aha has Parkinson's. Yeah, like this show, he wasn't on, what's that dude's name? Morton Harkett, the dark-haired one. Why do I remember that? I don't know. But they didn't have, on this show, they would usually only have one or two of the band members. Like on the Duran Duran one, they had Simon and Nick, who are like, the main ones anyways. But then they had one about U2. And it's funny because they actually had Bono and Edge on there, and Kevin Godley, the guy that had directed some of their videos. And remember how last week's Sidetracks, we were talking about who was a bigger douche, like Bono or Morrissey? And honestly, I haven't seen a lot of interviews with Bono, like, recently. And this was from a few years ago, but he actually just came across as just a regular dude. He didn't come across as douchey at all, like, on this. So I was just kind of like, oh, okay, maybe I misjudged you, Bono, but... Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of interviews with him. But
he's a douche.
Well, yeah, that's what I've heard. But like I said, you wouldn't know it just from this one show that I saw. Like he just came across as normal. But no, on this one, on the Aha one, they just had what's the other guy's name? Not the other guy's name is Paul or whatever his name was. That was the blonde guy. Well, there's two blonde guys. And then this was the other guy, Mags or whatever his name was. He was on there. That dude's English is like, I know they're Norwegian, but he sounded like he didn't have hardly any accent at all. Like a slight British accent, maybe. He probably learned British English, I'd imagine.
Morrissey's not a douche. Morrissey's a bitch. And he's a bitch.
Yeah, I guess those are two different things.
He's a bitch. and he's a bitch on purpose. That's
his brand.
He sets out to be a bitch. And but
people would be disappointed nowadays if he wasn't a bitch, because that's kind of his whole shtick.
And that's his brand. And the motherfucker's a lyrical genius. I'll take my hat off anytime. He's a genius. Fucking I don't think the British really appreciated him. How good he was. He was very good.
I think they did at first, but then like when he kept on going, they were just kind of like they thought maybe he was like up himself or thought too much of himself.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah,
which he does.
Of course, he's a bitch.
You know.
Yeah.
Which a lot of Brits don't really like that.
Yeah.
But which I can.
He's funny though.
He is very funny.
He's fucking funny. Yeah. I mean,
hold on, we got a super chat. Zach gave us a super chat.
What's up, Zach? Thanks for the super chat. We don't make any money
much.
on this bitch.
Also, still down the folk rabbit hole. 2 started on Joni Mitchell recently. I now get what the big deal is. Yeah, like I really like Joni Mitchell as well.
Speaking
and that reminded me because one of the shows too was about Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
That was another one that I saw.
Yeah.
That was one of the. I think that was the last one I watched before I turned, because I watched a bunch of them and then I was like, man, it's getting like super late and I have to go to sleep. I think the next one coming up is Guns N' Roses, which is another band I don't really give a shit about, but I'll watch them all anyway.
Watching the Fleetwood Mac one, and they're bringing back memories of those old videos. I forgot about them.
I had forgotten how good that song. Yeah. What's that song called?
Gypsy.
Well, I know. Well, I remember Gypsy, but what's it called? Little Lies or. Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what it was called. I think that was like the first video that they showed, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I used to have this. Like, I used to have this on vinyl." I was like, "I forgot what a good song that was."
They didn't have any bad songs.
No, they didn't.
Didn't have any bad songs either. They were extremely good.
Yeah, I like Fleetwood Mac.
Bringing it back, I was watching those videos and watching her and everything. I forgot how good looking she was.
Yeah, she's beautiful,
and especially when she was real young. And I mean, she stayed good looking. She stayed good looking. She's still pretty good looking. I think the last time I saw her.
Yeah, they didn't have her. She wasn't on the show, but Mick Fleetwood was. He was the only one that was on there.
But yeah, you would look at her and you were like thinking that you would think like, I can remember being kind of like hard to believe somebody who looks that good actually sounds that good. You would think that would be like a contrivance where she'd be like they dub in a singer's voice, like it's an actress,
like Milli Vanilli.
But I did vocal training as a kid too, and the secret of it, a lot of it has to do with the will to do it, and putting effort in it and having confidence, because an average person can accept that training and can end up having a really nice singing voice if you want it. You got to put work in it.
Yeah, most people can be taught to sing.
Yeah,
decently.
You can teach most people to sing really well. I was watching some Chinese girls react to
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz, and they love that movie. They'd never seen anything like that.
I mean, how can you not love that movie? Everybody loves The Wizard of Oz.
They spoke English, and they were really impressed with Dorothy, who played by
Judy Garland.
Yeah, Judy Garland, and they were just talking about how good looking she was, and when she started singing, they went, "Oh no, that's fake." They didn't believe that
was really her voice.
That was really her
They're
voice.
like, no, that's
and people in the
kind of
comment
her
sections
thing.
were like, "We're talking about she's a famous singer."
Yeah.
They didn't.
Well, they didn't know.
They didn't know. Yeah,
it's like, yeah, that's literally what she was famous for.
That's literally what she sounds like. They thought that it was dubbed in.
Nah.
Because they would do that shit in China or Japan.
Well, they do it in movies. They did it in movies all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Especially if there was like a big star that didn't have the best singing voice. Yeah, a lot of times they would dub it in. Yeah. But Judy Garland, that's why you hired her, because that's what she was known for.
Sing, yeah.
Because she could fucking sing.
She could act and sing, and she was cute as hell. And they kept her drugged up.
Yeah, poor thing.
On meth.
I wonder if they like went down that fucking rabbit hole, because that's depressing as shit. Like, we did a show about her as well.
Yeah.
Like Judy Garland a while back.
They didn't have GLP-1 back then. Want to keep them skinny, they put them on speed.
And she wasn't fat.
No, they wanted to make sure she wouldn't get fat.
Yeah.
She was what, 16?
Well, when she was in Wizard of Oz, I think she was 16 or 17. That character is supposed to be like 11 or 12.
Yeah, and they wanted her to stay like that her whole life.
And she's like, that's not how biology works.
Fucking, yeah. So kept her on speed, didn't want her to fucking get a womanly figure.
Yeah, it's terrible.
She was skinny.
And it doesn't make any difference to the movie. Like, if she's a little bit older, like, why couldn't she just... I mean, they don't mention how old I don't think she's supposed to be in the movie, but in the book, I think she's 12 or something. So she's supposed to be, like, a lot littler.
In that era, kind of the thinking was, for the average Hollywood executive, the average person was kind of like China and Japan, where the less that woman weighed, the more prettier she was. If she weighed 70 pounds, she was just gorgeous.
And if she was this big
This
and
big.
weighed an ounce,
And yeah,
then she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
exactly.
That's how that would
The
work.
closer she looked like a 13-year-old, the more attractive she was.
Yeah, which is all kind of
That's
problematic.
really what they were. Yeah, you know, fucking that's they were pedoing out. All you gotta do is just go watch a Shirley Temple movie.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah,
It really is weird.
yeah, they were weird. I don't know if they were conscious of it, but I think they were. But they would just laugh it off, like, "Oh, isn't that cute?"
Not particularly.
Yeah.
CB says, it's sad that the kids today are discovering the bands of the 80s and can't see them live because the members of the bands have passed away.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, it's just... It's, like I said, it's kind of unprecedented. We never had this thing that, like, the internet has where it's just, like, there's music from every era and you can just find anything. And so it's really weird how you see, like, all these people that could be, like, our kids...
Yeah.
like into the same kind of music as us, and it's like, and then it's like, man, we love this shit. I was like, really? Okay.
We were just talking to Ray last night, messaging her, and fucking sending voice messages talking about music. She could be our kid. She helps us fucking at the club promote and stuff.
Yeah, she's a photographer.
She's a photographer and kind of like a hostess, making sure everybody's doing good, keeping the crowd. She's our hype girl.
Yeah.
She's always dressed up in cool outfits and shit. And she was just like getting way off into 80s music and the videos and stuff. She just said, you know, she goes, man, you guys don't realize how lucky you guys had it great. And I was like, look, it's good now too. It's just that, you know, there was the limitations of the time. We didn't have internet, you know. And
it's so much easier.
she's trying to tell her that we were kind of limited in the information that we had, and she was kind of like taking all that in because that's an alien concept.
Yeah, she
for a
grew
Gen
up
Z person
in a world where you could just have whatever you wanted whenever you wanted.
Yeah, you could.
Like we didn't grow up like that.
We didn't have that. We couldn't have just music on demand unless you had a record. VHS, but you'd wear those out, and you
and they were expensive, and like sometimes if you were into, you know, more obscure like music or movies like we were, you couldn't get them.
Couldn't find them. If you could, they'd want $80 for it.
Yeah, or like you'd have to order them from overseas or like some shit like that. And I couldn't. Who could afford that? Not me.
Yeah, we didn't have access to the clothes that they have access to. There's all kinds of shit, especially for the prices.
Yeah,
the shit that they're getting for $20, we were spending like 120.
Or we had to go to like thrift stores and like make shit yourself.
No, I'm talking about shit that was made.
Yeah.
You know, like from Lip Service or
I couldn't afford
like that. That shit
couldn't afford any of that.
Yeah, these dresses that they're selling these girls for fucking like 30 or $40 would have been like 120 back in the 90s. The same dress.
Because there wasn't an audience either, so it was very, very niche. So it was just like these little bitty catalog companies.
They had you over a barrel. They could charge you anything they wanted.
I used to like save up a few $100 like whenever I went over to the UK so I could go to like Black Rose in Camden, or like, you know, I could go and get some like Doc Martens because I couldn't really afford to have them shipped over here back then. You know what I mean? Or when I was going to New York, like, you can go to Trash and Vaudeville, and that was like super expensive. I think I spent like $35 back then on a Damned t-shirt because I couldn't get one like where I was.
They had you over a barrel.
Yeah, like you couldn't really get cheap shit like you can nowadays.
Variety just wasn't there.
Yeah. Gramthers is like, when I was 13, the cutie in my world was the girl in overalls in the Come On Eileen video by Dexy's Midnight.
That is Siobhan Fahey's older sister.
Yeah. Siobhan Fahey from Bananarama.
From Bananarama. Also.
And she did solo shit later on.
Yeah, well, she was the Shakespeare sister.
And she was in Shakespeare sister. That's right.
She was the little cute one.
Yeah. I actually really like that song still. I think that's a good song.
Yeah.
Gramthers also says, question, the birth of the modern goth age was sparked by 1980s MTV vids by The Cure, Kate Bush et al. Debate and discuss.
Not really.
I don't know if it contributed for sure. What they were saying, and they brought this up on the show that we were watching last night, is that the reason why early days of MTV was almost all, and I was there, I remember, it was like 75 to 85% new wave, like British new wave bands. And the reason for that was because a lot of American bands or older established bands didn't get into video because it was like a new thing. It's like, oh, that's what it's a flash in the pan. That's what all
We have
those
Top of the Pops,
whippersnappers are doing.
Yeah.
But in the UK, they had Top of the Pops. And I think on the show about the police, like they had Sting talking about this, and he's like, well, if you couldn't show up, like if you had a song in the charts that week and you couldn't show up to, I was gonna say live, but they just mimed it like on the show. But he's like, so if you couldn't show up, like you had to have a video clip, like a promo clip or something that they could show it of the video of the song. And so he's like, so tons of British bands had videos and they got started real like, especially like Spandau Ballet and Duran Duran and like all of the kind of Blitz Kid New Romantic type of stuff. They were into multimedia, so they immediately like jumped on this thing like, ooh, we can make like little movies like about, and I think like the first one that they talked about was Vienna by Ultravox, which is a great song. And I think that was the first time that people realized, oh, you don't have to have just like a bunch of like the band just standing there pretending like they're performing. You can actually like make a little mini movie like with the song in the background, and that's what that Ultravox song did, and everybody's like, oh, and that kind of opened up the possibilities.
Yeah, and I don't think that was their idea, because you can go back into the 60s and the Beatles were doing things like that.
Yeah.
And I even think, yeah, the Beatles were doing stuff like that. I don't think the Rolling Stones were, though. The Beatles made little movies and little movies with their songs.
Yeah.
They did stuff
Yeah,
like
it
that.
wasn't a crazy idea. It was just, I think the advent of just these...
There was no place to play those, though.
Right.
And they would sometimes show up on television. You know, the Beatles in these funky outfits in parks playing and doing shit, you know, fucking, I'm the Eggman, you know, I'm the Walrus, cuckoo, cuckoo, and there's with the cops and shit. That would be a music video.
Yeah.
But it wasn't video, it was film.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they got the idea. I also remember the Monkees were kind of making music videos. It was a television program.
Yeah. And I mean, they were a manufactured
They were
band,
a manufactured
like
American
for a TV
copy
show
of the Beatles. They were called the Monkees, and it was fake band. I think they played music.
They did, yeah. They were actual musicians.
They were actually, but it was kind of like a zany.
That was a fun show.
Musical action show, adventure show, and there was like a music video of a song of theirs in every episode.
Yeah, it
was part of the thing.
So they made a movie too called Head.
Yeah, so that was kind of like a music video. I remember
Best
it as a kid.
enjoyed on drugs.
Yeah.
That's most of the shit that came out back then was, I'm gonna say. But yeah, I do remember. So I think that MTV, when it started in 1981, I remember it being, I mean, I was only 9 years old when it started, but we had it like immediately. It didn't roll out in the whole country though, like, so some people didn't get it, but we had it because my dad worked for the cable company and he got cable for free, and it just came with the package. And so I feel like that got me into new wave. Prior to that, I liked music, but it was just kind of like what was playing, you know, that my dad played, because he has a huge music collection. Like I said, he's a huge Beatles fan, and he was into like the Doors and shit like that. And so I liked that, but I think when MTV started, I immediately like latched onto that, like, oh, this is like my music, you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like I still love the Beatles, but I feel like, well, that was what my dad listened to, and even though I really liked it also, like I kind of wanted something that was sort of my own music. I will note though that seeing a Cure video, I can't remember what year it was. It was might have been, it wasn't The Walk, it was what's the video where they're all in the kiddie pool? I don't know. Shit. I'll think of it in a second. They
played in the kiddie pool.
In that Cure video.
I don't remember that one.
Maybe it is The Walk. But I remember seeing that and being like, wow, look at that shit. Like, cause I was into creepy shit when I was a little kid, and I didn't realize that other people were also into creepy shit, cause I didn't know anybody that was. And, so kind of seeing that, I was just kind of like, oh man, like, look, there's other people into that, and there's like a whole thing about it. And so I think it, in that way, it did kind of, spur me at least to get into that kind of stuff. But it had been around before that. It's just, if you weren't in a big city, like, which we weren't, then MTV was like a huge boon because it just made everything so available. That's why, and a lot of the bands that were on this show were talking about it too, because, you know, most of them were British. And, you know, they're like, prior to MTV, it was like really difficult to, you know, get to break in America. Like, you know, like nobody knew who you were. But once MTV started and kind of rolled out all around the country, if you got a video on MTV, like you'd go to the US and it's like, you know, thousands and thousands of people would come see you because everybody, like millions of people had seen your video.
Yeah.
So, and they got really successful, like way beyond their wildest dreams. You know?
I remember when MTV first came on. We were waiting for it to turn on. It was in California at the time. And it was at my friend's house. He had On Television. That was the name of the damn cable box. And they were running commercials about MTV was coming. And I think they were actually running the commercials on the MTV channel, if I remember correctly. And it would just loop.
Yeah.
For a couple of days. That was going to start soon. We waited. Like, oh, this is going to be cool. Everybody at school was talking about it. And it came on. And it was the Buggles. Yep. Video killed a radio star. And then a bunch of they showed all kinds of stuff. We watched it for hours. And it was weird. It was alien. Because we just weren't used to seeing anything like that. And then they had, in between songs, they had VJs.
Yeah.
Like a DJ. I think it was J.J. Jackson.
Yeah, he was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
And Martha Quinn.
J.J. Jackson.
And the dude with the curly perm.
I don't remember. I only remember Martha Quinn and J.J. Jackson.
Yeah.
J.J. Jackson was like, I remember him as being kind of like a middle-aged black guy.
Maybe, I don't think he was middle-aged.
He just seemed middle-aged.
Yeah.
He's probably only 30.
Yeah, he was probably.
But he seemed like the old guy. And he was kind of like, he had a real cool voice.
Yeah.
And he kind of had like an air of authority to him. That he was running it. And he knew all these bands. And
I own this shit.
Yeah. and he was a real good announcer at announcing these bands. And it made everything seem very important. J.J. Jackson made everything sound fucking important. I don't know what happened to that guy. Martha Quinn was kind of like your friend's older sister who you had a crush on. She was cute.
Yeah.
She was younger little white chick. You was like, oh man, she's cute. But out of your reach when you're 13. You know.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah, but you know,
that'd be pretty weird if she was like hitting on 13-year-old boys.
Well, you're fucking simping. When you're a 13-year-old boy, you're fucking simping like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want her to be my girlfriend.
Yeah. She was probably 19 or 20.
Yeah, I don't know how old she was when they started. I'm pretty sure she was one of the first ones. I can't remember the name of the tall guy with like I know he doesn't look a lot like Howard Stern, but he had kind of like Howard Stern hair. Like that long curly.
There was a British guy too.
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, there was
a British guy.
Yeah. That had kind of a feathered
hair
kind of thing happening. I can't remember.
Yeah, all the girls liked him.
Not my type, but yeah.
Oh man, all the girls at school were talking about it. I love that dude. You look like one of the members of Duran Duran, kind of.
Not as good looking.
That's how I remember.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just how I remember.
I didn't like that hair. Like I couldn't. Even back in the 80s when a lot of people had hair like that, I was like, I just can't with that hair. I just can't.
And then
looked like Farrah Fawcett. A little bit.
But what was weird is that watching MTV the first year, and I didn't have it. I had to go to my friend's house to see it. Most saw it on the weekends, and I spent a night over there. That kind of stuff. Didn't matter. It repeated over and over again.
I mean, they didn't have that many videos to start out. You know what I mean?
Each week it seemed like there was another one, but they play all the old ones.
Yeah.
There might have been a couple of new ones, but you noticed real quick that they were mostly British bands, and that kicked off the British new wave.
Yeah.
They started playing that on the radio in California. It's KROQ.
Yeah, not in Florida where I lived. They didn't play it on the radio.
California, whatever's on MTV.
But we saw it on MTV.
Then the British New Wave hit.
Yeah.
And that made Duran Duran. Duran Duran took over.
Yeah, once everybody saw them and
Yeah.
like saw those fucking videos, everybody's like, "Oh yeah,
It
more
was
of
like
that.
the second coming of
More
the
of that,
Beatles.
please."
They were a tight band. They were really good. They looked great. They were fucking just for the time. They were innovative and futuristic and kind of sophisticated. When they were showing their videos were cool.
Yeah,
Like, what the
nobody
fuck is
did
it?
videos like that. And
Yeah.
actually they taught it was cool because they did well they got like the best guys. They got Russell Mulcahy. He was the one that did Hungry Like the Wolf and Save a Prayer and Rio and like all the glamorous ones with the yachts and shit.
Yeah.
And then they also had Kevin Godley from Godley and Cream, who did like a fuck ton of videos, not just theirs. I can't remember. I think Russell Mulcahy did the Wild Boys video too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which they said, holy crap, like they spent so much money on that.
That was
And
like a movie.
yeah, and it's just like they shot it in Shepperton Studios in London, which obviously is like a massive like movie studio. And it's like, and we took up like half the shit.
Yeah.
And they're like the lighting guy, like they flew him in and he didn't really know what he was working on. And he came in and he's like, and he saw this big fucking set and he was like, fuck me. He's like, you know what I mean? It's like a music video. And they said that they made like a way longer version of that. Like
I've seen the long one. The extended version.
but I mean Russell Mulcahy, the director, he's like, I think the shorter one's better.
Yeah.
But because he's like, there's a bunch of silly
Just
shit.
a bunch of silly dead, like just wasting time. People in fucking.
I still like.
costumes.
I think that's a cool ass video. Honestly, it's very Mad Max.
Yeah.
Like, because Mad Max, post-apocalyptic stuff was very big in '84 when that came out.
Well, there's also a long version of Election Day.
Yeah.
There's like
Arcadia, yeah.
Yeah, from Arcadia, and it's too long.
Yeah, like it's I said, there's there comes a point where more is not always
it's not better. But they were but then they started showing Adam Ant. We're like, wow, who the fuck is this dude, man?
I love Adam Ant.
Yeah, Desperate but Not Serious, and
they still play that at Barbarella almost every week.
Yeah, and then
because that gets everybody on the dance floor.
And then they showed Bananarama. And then, real quick, an American kind of response to that was the Go-Go's, and they were really good too. They were kind
I also love the Go-Go's.
They were kind of like a California response to that. They were all California girls. At least that's what the image was. That's probably not where they were from, but it's where they were living. And they actually played instruments, most of them.
Yeah, they were an actual band.
They could actually play,
rather than just like a girl group.
Bananarama were they're basically three background singers who could dance in.
Yeah, which nothing wrong with that. Like, there's a lot of boy bands like that too, where the guys don't play instruments; they just sing and dance.
They were good.
That's what Bananarama did. But yeah, the Go-Go's actually played instruments. But I actually really like the Go-Go's. Zach says, I think part of why I like a lot of 60s, 70s music is the lyricism sounds better to me. A lot of 80s stuff sounds kind of try-hard, so to speak, mainstream stuff at least. Yeah, I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't a fan of like a lot of mainstream music from the 80s either, even in the 80s.
Well, a lot of it's forgotten.
Yeah, like all the bad shit is...
You only remember they're only showing the good stuff.
I'm not going to say like all the bad stuff's forgotten because people are still listening to some shitty stuff from the 80s. But
some of that shit was just...
I always kind of wonder, this is something I always kind of wonder, whenever we're at Barbarella on Saturday night, which is, 80s night, and sometimes, it's mostly 80% like core, like regulars that come there every week or every other week. And sometimes, though, you'll get noobs, like, new people, or people that are at the Axe Trap thing and are like, oh, let's see what this is all about, and they toddle over to the dance floor side. And then I always kind of wonder, the ones that know it's 80s night, are they expecting like super, super cheesy, like cheesy 80s?
Well, some people
like Tiffany or
I think
fucking who the hell else, like, or Whitney Houston.
Some think it's like an ironic thing.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what it, because every now and then you see people come up like that look like they're almost kind of in an 80s costume.
Right, yeah.
Like, but they're obviously young. They're too young to have lived through the 80s.
Yeah.
And then, like, they come in there and they seem really unsure because it's clear that most of the people there's some people that are regulars that just look like normal. They don't look like weirdos or anything.
No, we're taking that shit serious.
But
man.
yeah, and it's just like, but there's a lot of goths there. There's a lot of like people who look like alternative in some way or another. And a lot of them are older. Yeah, like leather daddies and stuff like that. And a lot of them are clearly older. and a lot of them are like really into it, you know what I mean, and are clearly like taking it
it's
very
just serious,
seriously.
man. They got fucking.
And so I think
Ballet
they don't really know what
Yeah.
to do because it's like, oh, we came here in like some silly like 80s costume we got from Spirit Halloween or something like that, and we thought it was just gonna be like dancing around to like cheesy ass Madonna songs, and obviously now they do play Madonna every now and then, and Wham, but not usually. Like I said, usually they play more new wave stuff, new wave post punk.
Starts off as like post punk and and early goth and dark wave.
Yeah, like he'll throw, like I said, sometimes later on in the night if it's crowded, like he'll throw on Madonna, but he'll usually play like an older one. He'll usually play like Everybody or Into the Groove or something like that, like one of the ones that's not super cheesy.
And some of the real well-known classics, he saves those for the very end. Fucking you only got maybe like a half hour before the doors are closed, and he's gonna put on Take On Me.
Yeah.
And when they put that shit on there, man, you're gonna hear younger women in their 30s, 20s going, hey, and run out on the dance floor to dance to that song.
And everybody's singing.
So it's not just old people. They got young people that are nostalgic for that song, and they weren't even there.
And they weren't even there when it came out, like we were.
But they know it.
Yeah.
And they're like, that song. And
it's kind of good. Like there's a different vibe. Like usually the guy that DJs, John Gardner, he's the guy that, you know, used to own Barbarella / iBar when it was downtown, and now he owns a bunch of other businesses too, but he DJs pretty much every Saturday. Sometimes our friend Rob does too, like, or they trade off, and he has a good feel. He's been doing it forever, like 30, 40 years, like a long time, since the actual 80s. And so he has a really good feel for shit. Like sometimes he'll play like some weird, like, why is he playing this like after this? This is a little strange, but you know what I mean? He's good at mixing like stuff that's really popular that he knows like his people with some slightly more obscure shit. Cause he's not afraid to, he'll put like 3 or 4 popular songs on and everybody's like, woo. And then he'll play like some weird shit. And everybody's like, what the fuck? And like most people will leave, except like there's a few like hardcore people will be like, no fucking way. And we'll like go out there and dance to it. But
they'll play Tears for Fears. What's that Tears for Fears song with the librarian?
Head Over Heels.
Head Over Heels. Just that's a lot of times that's towards like when it's in full swing or towards the end.
Yeah.
He's gonna cap it off with some classics.
Yeah, because
some of the other shit's more obscure.
He'll play weirder shit in the beginning because he knows that it takes a while
to get everybody.
Like most people won't start dancing until like 11.
They're drunk, but they're starting to get
like even me, like I'll if he plays something really good like early on in the night, I'll go out there and dance. It's like it's usually me, our friend Dawn, and our friend Shauna. We're like the only people that'll dance out there by ourselves.
The old goth girls are out there fucking dancing with us. With
cool like
shit.
But like I said, it has to be something really good. Like, you know what I mean? If you play something really good, I'm like, I'm really self-conscious about dancing out here by myself, but the song is good and I can't skip it. But you know, but usually most people won't start dancing until everyone's a little bit inebriated at least. So it's usually like about 11 o'clock.
They'll be doing the Chameleons.
Yeah, he'll play weird shit like last couple weeks because Tom just got into Lena Lovitch.
Yeah, some Lena Lovitch.
And he went over and he's like, okay, and he played like some Lena Lovitch, and he'll play like Dance Society.
I fucking love that.
Shit like that, or the Chameleons, like I said.
Yeah.
So he'll play like
dark wave goth.
He'll play like weirder shit, like because he knows no one's dancing anyway, and he knows we'll be like, hey. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So all the specialty shit,
one.
He'll bring the bats out early.
And then later he'll kind of transition more into stuff that more people know, like The Cure and Depeche Mode and New Order.
They're starting to want to dance. They're all getting
and
drunk.
stuff like that.
Places starting to get packed.
Yeah. So.
And it's a motley crowd. It's old and young.
That's my favorite thing about it. It's just that it's just such an interesting combo of people.
Yeah, across the ages, across the styles. You'll see people that look like new wave people. They'll be young though.
Yeah. You'll
see older goths. You see leather daddy looking guys in there. I'm one of them sometimes. I'll go in a leather daddy outfit. All leather motorcycle outfit.
And there's just some people that just look kind of regular, but but you could tell they were kind of alternative, like back in the day.
Yeah,
and
then
they're
there'd
kind
be
of like
chicks
had
like
kids.
Sarah, look like in the 1960s mod kind of looking look.
She's kind of the only one that does. That.
Yeah, there's some guys that look like that though.
Yeah.
What's his name? In the looks like something from the 60s with his girlfriend.
Who? Chris?
Chris, yeah. Chris.
He kind of looks more like a.
Kind of like a.
Not like a 50s greaser or a little bit. Actually, he kind of looks like, you guys know the Smiths video. Stop me if you think you've heard this one before. And they have all those like Morrissey clones.
Smith, yeah.
Like that, who are like a throwback to like old. He looks like that. Like he's got a jean jacket with all the patches on it. And like these little tight jeans with like rolled up. And he's got like boots. Yeah. And his sides of his head are shaved. And he's got glasses.
Kind of like a 50s haircut with glasses.
And he's real tall and thin.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy.
Yeah, and he's real good looking. Yeah, I think he's 51.
What's that?
His 50th birthday.
Yeah.
Was 1 or 2 years ago. Because remember, it was at the pickleball
place. He's a few years younger than me.
Yeah, so he's comparable like to our age, but a couple years younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's there and with his girlfriend Jen all the time, and he's like super into it. Like like,
you could tell he had a pretty heavy Smiths influence. He was big into like Smiths, maybe probably like the House Martins. He's probably into them too.
Yeah, he looks like he listens to that, like that like Manchester
60s
kind of scene.
60s,
but
rock.
He knows
all
everything. He knows all of the songs because, like I said, he's like almost our age.
He looks like a tall James Dean.
Yeah, like it's very much that look.
Tall blonde James Dean.
So he definitely stands out because he has like a very like a unique
the girls
style.
Like girls like him.
And he's super nice. Like he's a super nice. I don't know him super well, but I've talked to him a couple times, and he's really cool dude.
Yeah, his girlfriend's cool too.
And she's really cool also. Jen.
She was stalking him for years. He finally.
They were
it's
friends. It's funny because
they kind of like ours.
They did what we did.
Yeah,
it's like they used to show up all the time, like together, and they always hung out together.
Yeah.
And so we assumed that they were a couple for a really long time, and they were like, no, we're just friends and stuff like that. We're like, okay, we've been there.
Yeah.
And then eventually, they show up together, and they're like, well, we're moving in together.
You're right.
You're right.
We're a couple. All right.
We're like, we knew it.
It took a couple years.
We knew it, yeah, but it took a couple. Like I said, the same thing. It was exactly the same thing. And everybody around us did the exact same thing to us. It's like, you guys are together all the time. Like, why?
Yeah.
Just stop it. You know what I mean?
I was like, dude, that chick fucking loves you.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
clearly.
Like, well, we're just friends. Like, no, man. That chick fucking loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Goes,
I'm so glad.
Pat him on the back. Okay, man. Okay. Say whatever you want.
It's like I said, we've been in that exact situation. We know how it goes. I was just so happy that they finally. He's like, we moved in together, and I was like, well, we knew that was coming.
Yeah, they're the tall, skinny ones. the tall, skinny couple.
The tall, skinny couple. Yeah.
Well, I think they're both over 6 feet, huh?
She's real tall. Well, she wears high heels a lot, but she seems pretty tall.
I think she's maybe 5'11", 5'10".
She seems pretty tall also. But yeah, they're good looking. The two of them are good looking. But and it's just kind of a good mix, and it's usually like a good vibe. It's just like a fun vibe in there. Every now and then. We don't really get any troublemakers or anything in there, really. Like every now and then you get some people. They had
that one issue.
Yeah, but it's just like that was super unusual.
Yeah, that blew over.
That was super unusual. And those people had never been there before and have never been there since.
Yeah.
I think they were just wandered in there, or they were in there for some earlier thing and just like, oh, we're going to stay and be obnoxious douchebags. You know what I mean?
What's funny is that in terms of sheer count, our goth night is bigger. It's been getting bigger.
Yeah, like last weekend.
I think John's kind of worried about that.
Well, you shouldn't worry about it.
He's going to have to promote more.
Yeah, I think they definitely do need to promote it more. Because, when we went, because last Saturday, we actually went to see A Starry Night first, like early in the night. And then they were done about 11:30. And then we went over to Barbarella, and it was Memento Mori. And by the time we got there, it was already packed. Because the weird thing about it is that for the 80s night, like, it'll get really crowded, but it takes longer. Like, people don't get there until later. But Memento Mori, it seems like a lot of people come early. So it's like really crowded like early on in the night. Whereas the 80s night, you get people kind of trickling in. And then like at midnight, we're like, holy shit, like where did all these people come from? But we got to Memento at like 11:30 or something like that. And it was already like wall to wall. Like there was hardly any room to dance. And the thing about it was that I didn't even realize this, but Dimitri told us that the vampire ball was in Tampa that same night. Now, our friend Will went to that.
Yeah.
Which he usually does. But Dimitri was super stoked because he's like, man, look at this. He's like, look at all the people here. And it's like, there's a big fucking huge event going on in Tampa. And normally you would lose like half your people, like because they'd go to that. And it didn't look like we lost anybody.
I think we gained.
Yeah, it was, well, I mean,
a huge night. I walked in there, I was like, this place is
I couldn't believe it.
Because we showed up late.
Yeah.
Because we had to go to the show first. We had to go to the Starry Night show.
I couldn't believe how many people showed up.
And I was like, God damn, this place is fucking packed.
Yeah, it was like so crowded you could barely dance.
Yeah. That was bigger than the turnouts for Memento Mori at Independent Bar in downtown fucking Orlando and Orange Ave, which is the main strip. It was bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger. And that's got to be twice the size of Mannequin's crowd.
Yeah, we haven't been to Mannequins in a while, but...
Mannequins couldn't fit that many.
Well, no, Mannequins is much smaller. I mean, if that many people were in there, holy crap, it'd be everyone would be like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, that's a pretty small place. It has a big-ass patio in the back, but...
They just need to get the space next to them and knock the wall out and make a bigger thing, and they'd have a much bigger turnout. That's a good club. It's just not to run the way I would run it. I'd put a dress code.
I would too. I mean, I'm glad that they finally got door guys and like actually started charging the cover charge, because when it was just free and you could just walk in, there was a lot of problems. There's still problems now, I've heard, but I don't think it's quite as bad as it used to be. But they do get big crowds even on their big night. Well, their big goth night is Friday night because it's Black Fridays, and then Saturday nights they also do 80s. But the thing about it is that even though that DJ Paul Vane, he's more of a goth alternative DJ, and he's been DJing again since the 80s, since the actual 80s. So he's like, he's an old guy, he's our age, and he'll play like some wackier shit. Whereas
he'll play comedy songs.
Yeah, he'll play like funny shit. Like he's kind of more, which I'm not.
I don't like that shit.
I don't really like that. Yeah. Like if I'm drunk enough,
he'll play Monster Mash.
Yeah, like if I'm drunk enough, I'll be like, okay, whatever. But it's just like I would kind of rather. I'm like, I want to hear like good songs. I don't want like jokey.
Yeah, he'll get jokey on you sometimes.
And so I think he's catering to some of the normies or people that weren't alive in the 80s.
Yeah.
That are kind of like, oh, we want cheesy 80s. You know, Monster Mash is an 80s, but you know what I mean.
No, I mean he'll play Monster Mash
for the goth night.
On the goth night, he'll play that on the goth night. So.
Which, I get, I'm not like so pretentious that I don't have a sense of humor and stuff like that. It's like a little bit of that, I don't mind it, but it's like, you do too much of that, I'm just kind of like, wait, stop it.
He's playing shit on the goth night that is hard industrial. And he goes, yeah, but that's what they're playing that's what they're playing up in at the castle. And I said, yeah, but the castle fucking sucks.
I have never liked the castle.
The castle is
the club. It's so awesome. It's like the atmosphere, like the look of it, the aesthetic. It's amazing.
Their main dance floor is just notoriously sucked for decades, but their downstairs,
the
patio, fucking rocks, because they'll play good quality goth music, dark wave, fucking cold wave. They'll do
old shit and
they'll do shit that's danceable.
Yeah.
The shit at the top floor, they'll have the girls in the cages and shit. It's just hard, electronic.
And it all sounds
AI
the same for hours
slop.
and hours.
AI slop. With no...
Or might as well be.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is AI now. I think a lot of it's AI slop. It's just like...
But I didn't like it even back in the late 90s. Because I used to go there back in the 90s, and I was just kind of like, man, it sounds like the same song for 4 hours.
Wasn't just me. So I have one of the biggest local channels on Facebook called Our Gothic Orlando. That's where I promote from. It's not like random. It's not. I don't do it to my good looks alone. I fucking put. You see, that'd be awesome if I could. I opened a channel called Our Gothic Orlando probably fucking 13, 14 years ago on Facebook. It's got thousands of people in it. And if you're in the Orlando area and you're looking for goth clubs and you want to promote anything alternative, You asked to go in, and I let you in.
Yeah.
All right, and I moderated. I'm the sole moderator. And that's how it was done. It's not, you can't do it instantly. I planted that seed fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah, that we've had
Before
that,
anybody else knew.
we had that group going.
We had that group.
I don't even remember when we started it. It was so long ago.
We started tiny. And we kept going to the clubs. And we were political. We made friends with everybody. Unless they had to be banished. And when we banished somebody, it's because everybody else wanted them gone.
Which is kind of rare. We've only had to do that a couple of times.
Yeah, and it's bad shit.
Yeah. We're talking
like, taking advantage of women when they're knocked out. Yeah, you got to be banished. That's right. even if she doesn't go to the cops, we know what happened. That kind of shit.
Everybody knew.
Everybody knew. He posted pictures of it.
Yeah, or he took pictures of it and he showed them to people.
Yeah, showing them to people.
And then those people were like, look at this fucked up shit.
Yeah, fucking that chick.
So that's how everybody found out.
Yeah, he couldn't, and his name was Mud from there on out.
Yeah.
But then some people just don't belong in there. They don't know the scene. They just show up. They're just there just to make a disturbance.
Cause trouble.
You got to go. But
like I said,
based on that
unusual.
And Jen's ability to make flyers and us being friends with all the DJs, because it pays to be friends with us, because we'll make sure you're in the group and they're well represented, and sometimes competition appears and it's unworthy competition. I'm like, that's a waste of time. That's in a bad location. Who is this DJ? Why is he talking? Why does this flyer look like that? I'll let him in the group.
Yeah.
If anybody asks
people
me about,
a chance,
I'll let him in. Yeah. But if somebody asks me, says, what do you think of that night? And I says, well, look at that location. And I'm like, well, who is that guy? Do you know him? I don't know him either.
Yeah.
If you want to go see it,
you can go if you want to.
Go if you want to, but tell everybody what you thought of it.
Yeah.
That night's gone. Three weeks later.
Dimitri was like super worried about it. He's like, look, this guy's like and I was just like,
no, I said,
bro, I was like, look at the flyer.
Yeah.
And nobody knows who this is.
He's asking me like, dude, don't let him post. He's in our area. This and that. I says, no, man, no. If I go in there and step on his dick, he's going to blame you and me.
Yeah.
He's going to say, I would have made it if it wasn't for those guys. They're all out to get me.
Yeah, yeah.
He says, no, I'm going to promote him.
Or just let him post on there.
Well, let's let him. That's the saying. Yeah. I'll let him post him. I think that's promoting him.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him promote.
Because it's for, the thing about it is that group, we started it.
Yeah. It was for everybody.
Everything that was going on of that genre, like with club nights, or, if you were doing like a swap meet or something like that, anything that was like goth oriented, you could post it in there.
Yeah.
And,
I'm telling him, sis, look at that location. Look where he's going. And I'm going like, who is that guy? Do you know him? He goes, no. And I said,
don't worry about it.
And I said, what the fuck are you worried about?
No one's going to go to that.
People went to it and went, man, that sucked.
Yeah. Like, some people would probably check it out, but I think it was only like a handful of people. Yeah, because most people are going to go where they know they're going to have a good time, where their friends are, and where it's like, oh, I know this DJ, and like, I know he plays good shit that I like.
There are certain things I look for, because I've been doing this since '87. Started off in fucking Detroit, going to City Club and the Shelter and shit. And during the era of the Crow, I've been going to these little goth clubs. And then in Boston, fucking Man Ray, Hex, some of the best fucking clubs. And then down in here, some of the best clubs ever. The best goth club ever that I've ever been to is the Castle.
Yeah.
Just in terms of the way it looks. If I ran that shit, it'd be twice that club. I'd put fucking good DJs in there. I'd run that bitch. I wouldn't change anything other than the music.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing.
That's the only thing I'd change.
Because honestly, that's the only thing I don't like.
That's the only thing, I just changed the music.
And the music downstairs is good.
Yeah.
But the music up where the main dance floor, because it's two floors, the music where the main dance floor is upstairs, I don't like.
That's the only thing I'd change. And here's the thing, I wouldn't have to get rid of that guy. I could just swap him. Just swapping them. If you want that hard ass shit, play that on the patio.
That dude would
just play the cool music that everybody
can
dance.
there
the
for
more
like
danceable,
forever.
the more.
And he knows all the bands and everything. Like there's so many pictures of him. Like with every single band that comes through there, he's in the pictures with all the bands. He knows.
Yeah.
them.
So what I would do, what was going to? So anyway, there's certain things that a club has to have. I noticed over the years that if it doesn't have those, they fail. And I'm not going to tell y'all what it is.
So you don't want you starting stuff.
I want you to fucking know the secret code.
No one's gonna start a club, Tom. It's okay.
No, other people that are successful know what it is.
Yeah.
But when I started hooking up with Dimitri, he didn't have any idea of this shit. And I said, no, man, look, it must have this, 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 and this, and this. If it doesn't have that, it will fail. He was doing shit that didn't fit in with that. It would fail. Like on the third attempt, he was like, you're right. You're right. That does cause it to fail. I says, yes, that causes it to fail. And it's real simple basics that you would learn even in the food industry. Because that's where I learned it. I learned how to pay attention. Because it's service industry and entertainment. There's certain things that have to happen. If it doesn't have that, it won't fail. It won't succeed. So he's fucking freaking out over these dudes popping up doing these random nights far away from where he is, basically.
Yeah, like one. Yeah, and like
they're out here actually.
Orlando is big, and there's a lot of outlying suburbs.
It's in an outlying suburb.
So it's like if you're doing some night out in fucking Winter Park or some shit like that, it's like they're not going to get much crossover.
So he's bent over backwards trying to get me to fucking stop this guy because I'm his friend and his partner. Stop this guy from fucking promoting his club on the same night he's got a club going. And I said, look, have you seen the location? And I fucking sent him a picture of fucking Google Earth from the parking lot. And it says, this is where he's trying to play. It's a strip mall.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man. And I says, no, dude. Is that a place of glamour and prestige? Would you want to take your girlfriend to that? Would you impress your girlfriend if you took her there? No. I said, that place is going to fail.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not shitting on DJs that are just starting out.
Yeah, but they're no
everybody got to start somewhere. But it's like
they're no threat to an established night.
No, like I said, if people know it's a known quantity, like I said, that's where all their friends are going. They know they go there every month, and it's just like.
Yeah.
Why would they take a chance to like? Some of them might go to check it out like early in the evening and be like, this is kind of lame. We're gonna go to the real one. You know what I mean? So, and that's fine. We're not stopping anybody from doing that.
Yeah. Fucking Toby went there. He said, "Man, that sucked."
Yeah.
He said, "That sucked."
Yeah, because like people are curious.
They wanted to see it. Yeah,
wanted to check it out. So I think a couple people did, but like I said, they didn't stay that long.
And
so you can't really.
What was wrong with it? He says, "Well, there wasn't anybody there."
For one thing.
Yeah. and he goes, and the music was just okay. And the way it was mixed, because the DJ was going on about how underground he was and how serious he was. He was talking a fucking mean game.
Yes, he don't.
And it was freaking Dimitri, my DJ, out. I'm going, dude, he's talking shit.
Yeah.
He's talking shit. If he's that good, he'd be in Tampa.
I mean, if he was that good, people would have heard of him already.
Yeah, who is he? Where's
he
his
would
following?
have a following. Yeah.
Where's his following? DJs have a following. Building a club is like building a gang. It's a gang. It's gangsters. Go watch fucking The Blitz. The Blitz is fucking Steve Strange and his fucking partner. It was a straight guy and a gay guy trying to start a club in London.
Yeah.
And they hooked up with some gangsters to get into a place. They were club gangsters.
Yeah.
You have to have a following. You have to build a loyal following. They have to be entertained.
You have to make a scene around that place. You
have to make a scene. This is the entertainment.
You have to make people want to fucking be there.
This is an entertainment business.
This is the place to be.
Yes. It's got to be very cool. There are certain things that has to happen that I'm not going to tell you. You should know. If I have to fucking... I do not want to dispel the magic. You have to have the right people show up. Okay? When they show up, everybody's got to have a great time. All right? When they go home, they fucking tell everybody else where they were. That they were at the fucking coolest club. All right? It's a gang. Not a cult. It has cult-like qualities. But it's like building a gang. But it's based upon having a good time in a club, dancing and wearing fashion. And it's a safe place. In the goth scene... and the new wave scene, and it would be the same as the fetish scene. We got people from the fetish
Yeah,
scene
like
here.
CB.
It's also a place where you can safely do this.
Yeah.
Where you don't have people who don't understand the shit and try to stop it or
gonna,
ridicule it
or gonna fuck with
or
you,
don't understand what.
That's a big deal.
That's a big problem because they don't understand the traditions of this scene.
Because when I go out, one of the reasons I always liked independent bar / Barbarella, whether they're doing the goth night or whether they're doing the 80s night, is it's always been like a really cool, like inclusive place. It does not really tolerate assholes, and it's like, it's kind of the whole thing is you go there, they want everybody to just chill and dance and have a good time. If somebody is in there like causing trouble, they're going to kick them out.
Jen called it inclusive because that's how she's wired to think. It's not inclusive. It's exclusive.
Well, we're excluding assholes.
We're excluding assholes and people who aren't cool and people who don't look a certain way and people who cannot have fun in a certain way.
Yeah.
So it's an exclusive club in the way the Blitz was and the way Studio 54 was. You can't have some rando redneck come in there.
Ruining your vibe,
Ruining the fucking vibe. Or rando wannabe gangbangers come in. They don't have the cultural background. They don't understand who's who, what this song is, what is the meaning behind this song, what is their history behind it. Because some of the shit we're playing, there's actually a long history behind it. If they start playing fucking Fade to Cray, from Visage, that doesn't mean anything to a random civilian.
A random civilian.
That's what y'all are. Y'all are civilian. Steve Strange was the original goth club gangster. He fucking founded the Blitz, which was kind of the model on which goth clubs were all built. Because there was a goth faction called the Bromley Contingent in there. They had Susie and a couple of the other post-punk proto-goth. They were in there.
Like all the cool people.
All the cool people. Over time, the New Romantics, who they dressed up a lot, they never wore the same thing twice, and it was all fucking like 1930s looking fashion and 40s and shit. They kind of faded away, and the Bromley Contingent and the fucking goths kind of took over the scene worldwide. Because nobody knows what a New Romantic is unless you're OG. Everybody knows what a goth is.
That's true.
And they didn't even use those terms back then. I didn't hear that word goth until
I didn't hear it until the late 80s.
Yeah, 89, 90.
It was thrown around, but it wasn't really like codified, I feel like, until
it wasn't
like
a word that
80s.
we used to describe ourselves. It was a word we used to describe something. It's a gothic sound. Kind of a gothic look. We didn't really think of it as the gothic scene. That came later.
High Desert gave us a super chat a while back. Said, have you ever thought about doing a live stream at the club? We have thought about that.
And that would be a fucking nightmare.
It would probably be a logistic nightmare. Like, and you wouldn't be able to hear anything because it's fucking
loud. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can barely hear like other people talking when I'm in there. So it's like you really wouldn't be able to hear anything we said. But I have thought, like, I don't even take my phone in there usually because I don't really like to just stand there on my phone. But I have thought it's like, oh, I should go in there and like take some video. Like other people take videos in there. Our friend Charisse like is she takes a lot of photos and video, and she posts them sometimes, but they're short. You know what I mean? She'll take videos of like people dancing or whatever. Yeah. But I don't know. I just never think about it. Like I said, it's kind of my one night of the week where I just like to go have a few drinks and just like listen to music and just chill. I don't really like to like think about, having to film anything or something like that.
But it's funny, it's Jen called it an inclusive scene. It's not. It's an exclusive scene. It does not include dicks, assholes, or people who aren't ready for it. But there have been groups that have shown up and individuals that have shown up to these clubs, but because they handled themselves well, they did well in the scene. Bill Rivera was basically like a big jock boy salesman for the pharmaceutical industries. Yeah, made a lot of money. Everybody loved him.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. He knew how.
And he's into that shit.
And he's into this. He got into the music, and he was just like, I understand what you guys are doing. Yeah, okay, he got it. At Mannequins, the Warlocks outlaw motorcycle gang showed up with their girlfriends. They got it immediately.
Yeah, they were actually real chill.
Yeah, everybody liked that because outlaw biker culture is a subculture, so they can
Yeah.
handle themselves.
It's not exactly the same, but they know.
They know that subcultures exist and how you should respect the rules of a subculture.
Yeah.
So they went in and they were popular. They stopped showing up though.
Yeah, they did go there for a while.
They were there,
They
and they come
probably
there with their
found
girlfriends on leashes and on the stripper poles because their girlfriends were strippers.
And like the rest was like, yeah.
And they were allowed to wear colors in there. Tom didn't care.
Yeah.
And there was about 7 of them in there one time. And fucking everybody liked them. They were cool.
Yeah, they didn't cause any trouble. Like I said, I don't really even care if people just come in looking like normies, but it's just kind of like, as long as they're not acting like assholes, then I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I said, some of our friends just look like normal. They don't look weird or anything. They just look like regular ass people.
Yeah.
But they're really, really into that music, and
they're very cool.
And they're just like cool. You can just hang out with them. So it's like, it's not really so much how they look.
Because when you go into these scenes, if you've never been in there, you're gonna find everything. You're gonna find straight people, gay people, trans people.
That's kind of more what I meant when I said.
Yeah, you're gonna find criminals. You're gonna find, but they're all getting along.
Yeah.
You'll find people of different races. It's mostly whites and Hispanics, a few blacks, but they know exactly what's going on. We got famous black people.
Yeah, famous.
We do. They're famous gothic black people. Sherry Mouse, she's one of the DJs. She's fun. We just saw her a couple days ago.
She DJ'd at the
awesome.
Starry Night show, like in between the bands.
And my buddy Will, he's the blackest Scotsman you'll ever meet. He comes in a kilt, wears Scottish stuff, and fucking goes to rodeos.
Like velvet smoking jacket.
Velvet smoking jackets and shit.
And he's like our age. He's older.
Oh, he's older than me.
I think he's 60, isn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't look it though.
No, he wouldn't. You'd never.
Big tall guy, big old tall black guy.
Yeah, big, huge tall guy.
He makes money. He's works on.
And he always drinks super expensive
fucking Glenfiddich scotch.
Yeah, he's
on a rock.
Super expensive scotch.
Hey, how you doing, my boy?
Last time,
my boy.
He wasn't there at Memento because he was in Tampa, but the week before he was there, like at the 80s night. Holy crap, he was really inebriated. Like he was still like in a good mood, but he was just like, he was talking to me and he was just, I was like, bro, I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah,
he was just like completely slurring.
He's wearing
and I was like, yeah, awesome.
Big tall New Rock fucking boots with all the straps up to his fucking knees. He'll be wearing a fucking tartan. Fucking blue fucking tartan and like a black velvet coat. Looks like something out of the fucking Scottish Guard. It's like a kind of militant looking and shit. He looks cool. He comes in different things all the time. But he loves Scottish culture. And he loves and he goes to the Highland Games every year. He goes to the Highland Games. He goes to the rodeos. He's a black redneck. And rednecks are Ulster Scots. We're Scots Irish. We're the fucking Scottish people. Our ancestors were kicked out of Scotland and banished into Ireland with the job of fucking oppressing the Irish and civilizing them. And then they kind of got forced out of Ireland and into the United States. But instead of the Irish and a lot of the English that moved here, the Ulster Scots avoided New York, so they never ended up in cities. They went into the country through Appalachia and down into the South and basically conquered the South. Rednecks are, in general, Ulster Scots. And you can go through artificial intelligence. It'll tell you that that's what the rednecks are. Redneck culture is that. And I'm seeing shit on there. They got Scottish people moving to the United States right now, making videos on YouTube. And they just take to it like ducks to water. They show up already kind of rednecky. It's amazing. They understand it immediately. And they get like adopted. Because it's a different evolution of that culture. Northern England, Scotland, parts of Ireland, maybe Wales, that kind of a person here, kind of unleashed.
CB says, yeah, the fetish bar I go to won't let you in unless you can prove you're over 20, so you don't have to worry about the police knocking on your door because you did something with someone underage. Yeah, our clubs, you can get in at 18, but you can't drink until you're 21.
Yeah.
So usually what they'll do is if you're under 21, they'll put like a big X on your hand with a marker, and if you're over 21, they put like a
The
wristband
way
on
the
you.
culture is right now, 18-year-olds aren't going out to clubs anyway. They don't seem to have any money.
You don't see
very
too
many.
many. They can't drink anymore. I mean, they can drink soda and shit, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's like they can't drink any alcohol.
We used to see X's on hands all the time 10 years ago. You don't really see it much anymore.
Yeah. Gramter says normies, mundanes, civilians. Are there any other terms of like non?
No.
Yeah. I know some Harry Potter fans called them Muggles for a while, but
Civilians. Yeah.
you know what I mean. I used to always call them normies. That's what we called them where I was from, like going back to the 80s. But like I said, I don't have a beef against normies in general, like how they look or anything like that. It's just the ones that act like that.
I never really liked the term normie because I always thought myself as being a normal person. Even though a normal person, or an average person, probably wouldn't think I was normal. They wouldn't say I was abnormal. They would just say that I was doing fucking.
I don't even. To me, like the word normal
like
is just like a completely meaningless term.
Yeah,
like
no
what the fuck
normal.
does normal even mean?
Yeah, America's kind of in a way multicultural, and it's the culture
There's
doesn't
no
have much to
such
do
thing.
with race. There's different subcultures. You have people of different races in the subcultures. It's like it's tribal. So there's no norms when you're in a tribal kind of a place where the United States is a federation of 50 different countries, basically, that all speak English, that have different histories, and 4 different regions that are very different. And Hawaii really has nothing to do with the rest of the United States. And Alaska is very much like Canada, even though it has a different government. It's just, it's like something out of Star Trek. We're the Federation of Planets, basically. But I never liked the word normie. I liked the word mundanes.
Yeah.
Because I think
that is like a more...
non-gothic people or non-club going people or non-scene people are just mundane. It's mundane. It's not. You're normal. You're just. But
you're just not that interesting.
It's just not that interesting
to us, anyway.
Yeah,
I guess what it was.
The boring people.
You're probably like more interesting to other people.
Yeah,
other
not,
people just not to us. You know what I mean? That's all. No offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach says how much is boring. Yeah,
boring. Yeah,
that's all.
Boring and mundane and
not so much boring. It's just that
you're not doing anything.
Well, you don't really have anything in common with that.
Yeah, you're not doing anything.
Like it's like I don't really have any like point of reference. You know what I mean? Like
now, if I get to know you and you're doing some cool shit, then you wouldn't be a mundane. So it's just kind of a subjective term.
And like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to do with how they look either, because we know a lot of people that just look like you wouldn't even know that they hung out at fucking goth clubs or anything like that.
Yeah, but they're not mundane. You get to know them.
Yeah, but like they know all the shit. They know all this weird obscure shit and all this other stuff. So they just don't look like weirdos.
If you ever met Scott, Scott's my age, but he looks a lot older. He's a rich dude. He's got his own fucking bar called the Capitol. He's got Capital. He's got a fucking couple $1 million worth of fucking shit going. All right.
Yeah.
If you were to see him, he just looks like a little short, fat jock boy, like a sports fan. Looked like he'd be like rooting for the team. You would never think that dude knew anything about underground club culture.
Or that he was like into like super freaky like.
And that he's pervy as fuck. Just fucking super fucking pervy. All right. You wouldn't know it. And that he's actually a music connoisseur.
Yeah. It's
just his visuals are extremely like jock boy, mundane, sports fan, maybe go out for a golf or something.
Yeah, he gives me a golf vibe.
Yeah.
A little bit.
That motherfucker is a creepy ass. He's the kind of he plays the escorts. I wouldn't trust him around young girls.
No, me neither.
I wouldn't trust that.
A couple weeks back, he brought his ex-wife.
Yeah, brought his ex-wife, and I fucking nearly. I says, "What were you doing with such a good-looking woman? Shit like that. You don't deserve this." And I said, I said, "Me and Jen are gonna take this off your hands." And she's laughing. We're gonna take. Yeah, he brought his ex-wife.
Yeah, they're still.
And she looked nice.
They're still friends, I guess.
She looked nice.
I had never met her before, not that I remember.
Yeah.
Because he usually shows up with
pervy motherfucker.
He usually shows up with escorts. Sometimes it's the same escort for several weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Like, so you kind of get to know them. But yeah, I don't think he'd ever brought his ex-wife before.
You get him started on music, Oh man, he'll go all on about 80s music and new bands right now that sound
Yeah.
like that. He loves.
Well, and he used to go to all the shows back
Yeah.
in the day because
Yeah.
he's from here. He's from this
Yeah.
area, so it's like, so if you were like, "Hey, were you at this fucking show at, the Edge, like back in 1989?" Or,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I was at that show." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was
he
at all the shows.
he loves like new retro wave and dark wave and the new stuff. I showed him that part-time video.
Oh yeah,
Lying in the Eyes of Love. He loved that. He's like, man,
that's a good song.
He goes, man, I'm putting that in my playlist, man. I'm gonna investigate that. He goes, man, I love. He goes, I can't believe these new bands that are coming out, man. They got it right. This is like the kind of shit I wanted to hear back in fucking in '87. And I was like, yeah. He goes, and these are kids making it. And they know how to do it. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of blows my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
That it's like some of them get it because some of the shit that they do now, like they weren't even alive when the shit came out.
And they can just do it real well. You're like, God damn.
And sometimes you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Is this some lost 80s song?
The thing is, though, is it makes me wonder if they're using artificial intelligence. I mean, now that song I know they're not because that was 5 years ago that they made that. Because artificial intelligence can write outstanding songs about anything in any style.
Well, yeah. Everyone's complaining about it because people would be like, man, I was listening to this good ass song on Spotify, and then like I looked at it, and turned out it was AI.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, you would never. They never would have. You see, people would think, well, this all this computer stuff, it'll never replace human creativity and poetry and art and shit.
Sadly,
that's the first thing it replaced.
Yeah.
That's the first thing it could replace. It's absolutely amazing. Nothing that's amazing is Jen's ass. Jen's ass and legs walking away. You laughing, she's laughing. She's been working out and shit. All them fucking hormones and everything that she's on. That GLP-1, she's looking fucking great. We're going to make another video here soon. In a bit. But, yeah. They got... yeah, so, what I was talking about is, I say, once you've been in the game for a long time, you're not as superficial as like Ray. I was talking to little Ray, and she was going on about, we got a lot of fake goths in here, fucking, you wouldn't know by looking at them, but I know who they are, and she's talking about the female competition, and these are all the girls in their early 20s, and it's kind of funny because I feel like I'm a paternal father over watching my fucking daughter in training, and she's back in there fucking complaining about all the fake goth girls that have invaded the space.
I'm gonna get a drink.
And
I want to be in on this discussion.
Oh, you want to be on this discussion? Talking about Ray, talking about the fake goth girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll wait for it. So I'm listening to her going on and on. She goes, "You would not believe how many of these girls that show up to the club are not real goth girls. They're just faking it. They just have clothes. They don't know anything about it, they're not as cultured as me." And she does know her shit, for her age. She's learning rapidly new stuff, and I'm just like amazed that she thinks I don't know who she's talking about. I know exactly who she's talking about. You have in any goth scene a certain segment of young females who are trying to break into the scene, who really have not been involved in it for very long and just bought some clothes because they saw that shit
on TikTok.
And they saw what the
it's a huge issue.
What the TikTok fake girls bought, because there's fake goths on TikTok. There's fake goth. It's usually it's
punks too.
Yeah,
and it's all like
so they got to goth through TikTok, and they show up to the clubs, and they're just trying to go with the flow. They're trying to see how it's done. I don't judge them.
We were all baby.
Everybody went through that phase a lot of times. And I remember that, even back in the 90s and the 80s, there was going on. New people showing up.
Yeah.
And you just have to wait to see how. Now, we're talking about the fake goth girls. If you seen these little clips, you can see them on Instagram. You can catch them on Facebook. You can catch them on TikTok. It tends to be very pretty, pale, black-haired, full-figured, girls in a goth costume, acting silly, dancing, jiggling their boobs, and making these little short 5-second little joke kind of videos. There's one of them that really stands out. She's very pretty. She's extremely annoying though. And I've seen her on YouTube shows as a guest on some of these talk shows, and she's not goth at all. There's nothing gothic about her. She's a totally synthetic, fake act. She's a character.
Yeah, it's
a
just
character
gets
of
engagement.
a girl pretending to be a goth girl. Goth girls are now a generic character.
Yeah.
Like gamer girl or e-girl or shit like that. So they've never been to a goth club. They don't know the culture. They don't listen to the music. They just know the look, and they're trying to figure out how they can get as many clicks off this as they can.
Yeah.
And really, the reason why she's getting the clicks is they tend to be full-figured with big boobs, and they shake them a lot at the beginning of this. The video starts, and she's bouncing up and down.
Yeah.
Boob shake. And that's to get you to look. It's just clickbait.
Well, they're trading on the whole dudes that want a big titty goth girlfriend
goth mama
meme and goth mommy thing.
Yeah. And the dudes have no idea what they're looking at. They're just clicking on a character.
And it's
goth mommy.
Like I said, it's a problem. People can do what they want, but it's like if you're actually in the scene and have been for a long time,
it causes problems.
Then it causes problems because now you're just like a porn category.
Yeah,
so you have people approaching you because that's all they've seen, and so
they think you're that girl.
They fetishize.
Yeah, they think you're that girl.
That.
Right.
I mean, it's been a problem for a long time, even before TikTok was a thing. Yeah. But it's exponentially worse nowadays.
And the one girl I'm thinking about, the problem with her is that she goes out of her way to be as ditzy and as dumb and as slutty as she can. Like, please breed me, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Fucking, it's just weird fucking
like,
little
calm down, baby.
things that she could fucking say in 2 seconds to get your attention. And she is kind of funny when she's doing it, but that's not a goth girl doing it. It's a regular girl that would normally be a e-girl off of fucking like OnlyFans. She just happens to be in that costume.
Yeah.
And she's trying to bring a character to life, but that's not who she is. But that caused a shit ton of problems because Marilyn Manson was kind of like that. People thought,
which is why we all hated him back in the day.
Yeah, people thought
they were like, knock it off.
Goths were like Marilyn Manson and thought like no, nothing like that.
Yeah, we hated his ass.
Yeah. So,
I was like, you ruined it.
Yeah. Look, man, I will attest to this. Goth girls. I gravitated towards that scene because one, I liked them. I vibed with them. They're actually the most challenging, the hardest ones to get. The easiest ones to get were college girls, mainstream college girls that were like yuppies. Easy. When I was in Boston, fucking, if I just wanted to get laid, I'd fucking just deck out in the fucking my goth outfit and go to the fucking, go down to fucking Harvard Square. And I would go to the dungeon, which was underneath the House of Blues. The dungeon was the downstairs bar. I could pull a girl out of there. I could pull 2 girls out of there every night. I'd have a choice of 1 or 2. And they'd be college girls, so-called good girls, from Jewish families, everything. Going to Harvard, going to fucking,
generic college
girls. And no, I could have my
because they were just out trying to get laid too, and you were interesting. So.
And I was different from the other guys. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. And the sex wilder because they're pent up.
Yeah.
They're pent up and they're dealing with fat college boys. Yeah. Yeah. Fat college boys,
But we've said before, like, actual goth girls, especially those of us that are, I mean, not that we're getting so much play nowadays because we're older.
Girls hard to get.
But yeah.
Expert.
You're not getting anywhere with those chicks.
You're going to have to
not just because most of them are already taken. Because most of them are.
2, you're going to have to pass all these fucking vetting.
Yeah.
You got to show up to the club regularly.
We've been around, y'all.
You got to fucking be wearing fucking cool shit. You better know how to dance. You better know what songs to dance to and what not to dance to.
You better know some good shit.
You better know how to fucking talk. You better have a lot of friends. Okay. All of her friends better like you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's harder. And their standards are higher.
Yeah.
And they're more intelligent. That's another thing.
And they won't put up with your bullshit either.
Nope. Goth girls are more intelligent than on average. They got some dumb goth girls. There's dumb people in everything.
There's dumb people in every scene. But I mean, well, the whole thing about, like I said, and we've lost a lot of that because of the whole TikTokification of the scene. But back in the day, goth girls were like, it's funny because somebody was asking on the goth subreddit the other day, it's like, why do you see so many goth girls with like nerdy guys or game? It's like, because goths are nerds too. Like, I feel like you kind of lose, well, nerds in the way that a lot of them are into like old school gothic literature. A lot of them are like really nerdy about horror movies or whatever it is. And I kind of feel like people forget that they're also nerdy in their own way.
Yeah, that's one segment. But you know, when I was in Boston, and even slightly in Detroit, some goth girls were strippers.
Yeah, but you can be you can be nerdy and be a stripper.
They weren't nerdy; they were pretty street wise, but they wouldn't go out with anything other than a goth guy.
Yeah,
you know. So and I would say they weren't nerdy; they were quite cool.
Well, I mean nerdy in the sense that they have niche interests that they're really, really into. That's all I mean when I say nerdy.
Yeah, nerdy sometimes can mean like
I know it has
popular.
Yeah, but I don't mean it
flowery.
It doesn't have that negative connotation to me.
Okay, some people it does.
Maybe geeky is a better because that's like a slightly different.
They kind of geek out over fucking fan type stuff.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but no, most of the goth girls from the scenes that I came from, I wouldn't really call them nerdy. I would call them, they were niche.
Because I would, when I'm saying that
type girls.
Yeah, when I'm saying that, like, I'm real into, you know, gothic literature. I'm nerdy about horror movies. I'm nerdy about MST. Yeah, you know, shit like that. That's what I meant.
They tended to do the arts and crafts, or they made their own clothes. They fucking decorated shit. They liked art stuff. They read books, like a lot of horror books, vampire books. They had cool apartments. They usually had pretty good jobs. They were either like some kind of office chick, or they were a stripper, which I like. I thought that was a cool job back in the day. That was nowadays they would be streamers or OnlyFans girls or something like that. They'd be like streaming on StreamMate doing solo acts. Although strip clubs are out of.
We know a couple that are strippers, but most of the people that we know now, like, because they're older, like, so they have like regular jobs, like we know like veterinarian, lawyer,
in the 90s,
pharmacist,
in the 90s,
shit like that.
In the 90s, a lot of the top ones, I'd say one third of the top ones in the club were strippers, and a lot of it had to do with the cool goth clubs were on Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And if you stripped for a living, you could get off on a Wednesday or Thursday. You were never getting off on a Friday or Saturday, because that's their big big working night. And a lot of the goth nights in Boston were on Wednesdays. Wednesday was goth night. Friday was fetish night. I don't remember. I forgot what Saturday was. But that. Fridays was Saturdays might have been kind of like a free for all goth type night on that night too. I think it's been a long time since I've been there. I forgot it was on Saturday. But because there was no internet back then, a lot of the girls that would be streamers would have been in strip clubs.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of dudes who are kind of vanilla or mundanes, they'd be kind of like turned off by that. Like, oh man, And she's fucking taking her clothes off in front of these dudes and getting money. Those dudes, that's like a whore or a hooker or something. I loved it. I thought that shit was hot as shit. Other dudes were paying just to look at her and to talk to her. Fucking, I'd go to the club with her, and the fucking next morning she'd buy me breakfast. And then we roll up into bed together. You know what I'm talking about? And she's just a normal girl.
But yeah, of course. It's just a job.
Yeah. Just, and
I think people still have, it's not as bad as it used to be, but there's still kind of a stigma about it, which I don't know.
There was a stigma back then, but not not in the goth scene.
No, like that, yeah, that was one thing about, that was, like I said, one of the things I always liked about the scene is, like, if you were doing sex work and stuff like that, people were like, okay, they didn't have a stigma about it the same way that, like, maybe, like,
we
some
wouldn't
normal people
consider
would.
that sex work back then. We considered that just entertainment.
Yeah, it's like, it wasn't
not
really...
like they're fucking blowing dudes, as far as I know.
Even, I kind of feel like even nowadays, because... Ironically enough, the only person that we knew that was an actual escort didn't look like a goth.
No, she looked like a yuppie.
She looked like kind of a yuppie chick.
She looked like a yuppie.
Like, she was still cool and she hung out in the scene and everything like that. We didn't know she was an escort until later.
She told me later.
She kind of kept it on the down low.
Yeah.
But,
she was an escort.
But when we found out, we were kind of like, really? And then we were like, okay, well, got to make money.
And you look at her, you think she was a high-end escort. She wasn't even really that. She was just like running ads in fucking Craigslist to fucking meet her at a hotel room. And
she just, like I said, she just looked like girl next door type.
Like girl next door.
She wasn't like...
She'd be out there and the fucking door would be open.
So we were just like kind of surprised.
She had security there and shit like that. And
it was just kind of funny. Like, and like I said, I wasn't shocked really. I was just kind of like, I
would have never.
Yeah,
suspected.
like you just never suspected. That it was somebody like that. Like we know some people where it wouldn't have been a big shock, I guess. But it's just kind of like,
never suspected.
But I'm just like,
it looked like girl next door.
Funny.
Yuppie, kind of hippie type, kind of almost like slightly hippie, new agey kind of.
Yeah, more like, but not too much like that, but along that.
That bitch would pull out crystals on you or something. Maybe like look, and fucking have unicorn posters up. She'd be that kind of
chick.
Kind of chick, yeah.
But
she want to go do aromatherapy.
Yeah,
that kind of.
But like I said,
make you feel better.
Most of the people that we know, like friends of ours, just have regular ass jobs.
Yeah, she had a job. She was a singer.
Yeah, and it just wasn't. She just wasn't making enough money doing that.
She needed stuff to make recordings.
Because that's what her main interest was. That's what she wanted to do. And she made albums and she played, she played at clubs and stuff like that. But it just wasn't. She was
an artist.
Yeah,
a recording artist.
And we know a lot of people in bands.
Yeah.
And some of them do. Most of them don't make a living at it, but most of them make some money at it.
Yeah,
like they do get
wives.
gigs and stuff.
Wives that kind of support.
That's true.
They make a living, kind of.
Yeah, like I said, they make some money at it. It's not like they're just broken laying around people's couches or anything like that. But like I said, most people we know have like regular ass jobs. Actually, one of the guys that we know at the club who is just a normal looking guy, but he's just went back. He had been retired for a while, but I think he just went back and joined the police force again.
Yeah, he got his badge back.
Yeah. CB said, I didn't realize
He's fucking saying, dude, dude, you should apply. Like,
you don't want to get involved in that. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Camp Guy says, I like women's legs and feet in nice shoes and pantyhose or stockings. Is that a fetish or just a normal regular guy thing? Camp Guy did.
No, it's regular.
I really wouldn't consider something a fetish unless it's something that you're like so into that it's like that's your main thing, like for attraction. Because I kind of feel like if it's just like something that most people would think was hot, I don't know if I would consider that a fetish necessarily.
Look, I consider myself to have a shoe fetish.
Yeah,
woman plus shoe. If it's the right shoe, it's like bonus.
But you're not so much shoe fetish that you just need the shoe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm not so fucked up where I don't need the woman. I just need the shoe. They got dudes that have it that bad.
Yeah.
If the shoe isn't there, I'm still into the woman.
Yeah.
Like, I don't put shoes on Jen all the time. I'll just say,
sometimes he does.
Sometimes, hold on, where did she not put some shoes on?
And I definitely do have some shoes that are super uncomfortable.
They're just for
just for that. Like, because it's like, I'm not walking in these. Yeah. I'm not going out in these.
Doing my business fucking legs back. Like, God. God damn. And I'm talking to her, I was looking at her, your fucking feet look so good. But no, most dudes like shoes and the stockings and shit that dudes don't wear. Because it's like, it signifiers of femininity. You know what I mean? It's like, that's a female only item.
Now, some dudes could wear them if you want.
Well, some dudes are so into it, they'll put it on.
Yeah. Which that's fine too.
Do what you want. I ain't gonna do it. Fucking, I don't have it
because they're
bad.
really uncomfortable.
I don't have it that bad. Okay. Fucking Ed Wood did.
You don't want to wear those.
Ed Wood did. Ed Wood fucking was into female.
But see, I understand that. I understand that. I mean, and most because there's a difference.
Gay.
He was a transvestite, but most transvestites are straight.
Yeah, they are so much into those fucking women, into femininity and women's items. They fetishized it
to a degree where they want to
experience
it. Yeah,
and all of a sudden,
which I get that
they're like sexy because they got
not
this shit. It's weird.
I don't think it's weird.
I think it's weird.
Like I understand how they got.
I understand it.
Yeah,
it's not so weird. Like something has to be done about it.
No,
you know what I mean.
I'm not gonna go like not hurting anybody.
Yeah, I'll party with you. I'll roll with it. If I like you, you got that shit on. We're at the club and everybody, it's all open. I'm like, oh, yeah, dude, handle it. But sexy ass shoes, dude.
Yeah,
sexy.
It's all right.
I'll fucking play his game. I'll play his game.
It's all right.
He'll have a good time.
Okay. Like I said, just you do you. But it's like everybody.
But it's weird. It's weird. But it's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? Fucking, it's okay. Fucking, I got weird shit.
Yeah, I do weird shit too.
Everybody's got some weird shit. Yeah, but it's like yeah, babe.
Although to be honest with you, it's just
not that weird.
No, and that's what I mean. And it's just like
everybody's got some kind of kinky shit they like.
I kind of feel like maybe people think that, and I think again, this is going back to the whole fetishization of, if that's a word, of goth girls, is that I think they think that all goth girls are into like really freaky shit, and it's like everybody has a kink or everybody has some shit that they like, but I don't think anything that I'm in is that weird.
No,
not really.
No. I gotta tell you, me fucking around with those fucking Harvard girls. Those fucking nerdy ass fucking
I think probably normal people probably have worse. Like, and I'm not saying that sometimes I do have like some ideas and I'm just like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say anything about that because it's like, you know what I mean? But, and honestly, all the erotica that's really popular, I've noticed that erotica that's gotten really popular, and I don't know how I feel about this. But a lot of the erotica that's gotten really popular recently is fantasies about women being like with serial killers and like going out and like killing women and like them getting off on it. And it's like, I'm not real sure how, because I write about so many real things. It's like, I'm not saying people shouldn't be allowed to write it or people can't get off on it. I get it. Like, I get why people are into it. But I don't know. I feel a little bit weird about it. That's a little bit weird. Like, I get if it's like fantasy, like, you know, women gets fucked by werewolves or something, which is also super popular. Like, that's obviously werewolves aren't real.
I like the werewolf porn.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
I love the werewolf.
I like that. I like it too.
Ravishing that bitch.
Like, so chicks love monster porn.
Yeah.
And they love like, especially werewolves or centaurs or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because it's fantasy. Obviously, werewolves aren't real. So it's like
they got that shit on a fucking Rule 34 video.
But like I said, so and some of the
version,
like so some of the animated porn that you showed me with like the werewolves and stuff. That
World of Warcraft.
Like World of Warcraft, like werewolf porn.
And the fucking Worgans.
That's animated.
Yeah.
And it's like actually that's like pretty hot.
Yeah.
But like I said, the serial killer stuff, I get why. Because serial killers are like human monsters, right? But because that really happens, I'm always just kind of like, I don't know. It's a little bit weird for me.
One of the what brings that to mind is that there was a little boy whose brother got killed by a serial killer, raped and killed by a serial killer, and that stuck with him so much that it became incorporated into him,
like a fetish,
and he became a serial killer.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
I mean. I'm sure he
was one of them. He got caught.
That's pretty rare, I imagine.
It happened to my little brother. I kept thinking about it.
And then he kept.
And it went. And he was thinking about it when he was a little boy.
Yeah.
Weird. It changed him.
But I get why that happens. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's probably really unusual, but I do kind of
Yeah.
feel like if something really traumatic or horrible happened to you like that when you're like, I'm sure there's a small percentage of people that are gonna like
It flips them
fetishize
into
that and it flips them into it.
Yeah. The ones I was telling you about that, like the good girls that were like at Harvard, and I was like, there was one of them in particular. I was like, I already told you about her. I think she worked. She was a student at that time, but last I checked on her back in the fucking 90s, late 90s, she was working there as staff. So I'm not gonna say her name because I think she works there. I met her at Mary. She was there the goth nights and the fetish nights. I became friends with her and hooked up with her on one of the fetish nights. Went home with her. She lived in a dorm. She had a nice dorm, but we didn't go there. She went back to my apartment. And it was just kind of normal. She liked to get roughed up, and
Yeah, it's not
she
weird.
liked role playing stuff, you know.
That's pretty common.
Yeah, that was no big deal. Later on, she started to open up to me some of the shit she was doing. She was going for this fucking kind of like psychology type or social studies type degree. And she was doing a whole like thesis on the effects of prostitution. And she was going out turning tricks as a fetish and doing it as research. And I was like, nah, I can't handle this. She was
you know what? I wouldn't do it, but that doesn't seem that weird to me.
Yeah, fucked me up because I was like, this chick is from a good family. Her parents spent all this money to send her ass to fucking Harvard.
Transgressive.
And she becomes a hooker?
Yeah. Well, that's exactly why.
Because she wants to?
That's exactly why.
This fucking weird.
Because it's wrong.
I was like, this bitch crazy. And it fucking, that's it. I stopped going over.
But I think that probably.
And she was doing all the different kinds. Early versions of like online solicitation.
Right. It's a good way to get yourself murdered.
Yeah. She was doing like Craigslist style stuff. And she was doing street walking.
See, that would be terrifying.
She would do that.
I'd be too scared to do that.
Yeah. She did some of each. And then fucking like wrote down everything that happened and what that was like and the psychology behind it. And I went, bitch, you're crazy. Bitch, you're crazy. And she was cute.
I don't think it's crazy.
Real cute.
It's inadvisable. I'm going to say that.
That bitch was crazy.
But like, I can see how it's like, well, you know, if that's your area of interest, well, I have to experience it. I get that. And I get why, especially if you come from like a good family and it's like, so you're doing something that you're not supposed to do.
It was a fetish for her, but she was
what I mean.
She was trying to like legitimize it.
So I can understand that, but I wouldn't fucking do it.
It's fucking crazy.
Like I said, good way to get yourself raped or killed.
Think about what your dad would feel like. He's spending all this money to send you to Harvard to make you a respectable, educated woman, and you're out like
street walking, yeah,
on his dime, and she pocketed the money.
And it's like, shit, man.
And they wrote about it.
It's like most women do that just because they have to, like just for survival. You know what I mean?
She did that shit because she wanted to.
Because she just did that shit because she wanted to.
Fuck yeah, that bitch is crazy.
But like I said, I kind of feel like, I think it's pretty common. I don't know how common. I haven't done a poll or anything like that. But I think it's pretty common for women to have fantasies of that. Or like, I don't even know. You know what I mean?
Got it right. Gonzo research. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I get it. I would never fucking do that in a million years. Because it's like, I'd be too scared that I was going to get fucking murdered. There's a lot of serial killers. There was a lot of serial killers out there preying on hookers. And even if it's not a serial killer, it's just kind of like, dudes that go to hookers are not really dudes you want to spend any quality time with, you know what I mean? Even if they don't kill you, it's like, I'm sure some of them are fine, but it's like, you know, some of them would be like, well, hey, I paid for this, so I'm gonna beat the shit out of you or do whatever the fuck, or take a shit on your face or whatever the fuck, you know, whatever they want to do. So it's like, yeah, I'm not down. But I can understand, especially if you came from kind of a sheltered background, that would be like the ultimate, because I kind of feel like what most people get off on, not everybody, but I kind of feel like is transgression or something being like kind of taboo, like you're not supposed to do it. You know what I mean? Like, if something's just is like safe and vanilla and boring, it's like it's you're gonna get used to that, and it's just like not fun anymore. It doesn't like get you off anymore. So you have to think something's kind of dangerous. You know what I mean? And whatever your definition of dangerous is, that's gonna depend. But that is pretty extreme, going out and actually being a streetwalker. But I can see why someone would want to do that, even though I wouldn't do it personally. But that's really funny. Like, I don't remember if he told me that. He did tell me about. I've heard all of Tom's adventures, pretty much. Well, actually, I don't know if I've heard all of the adventures because there were so many that it's like I'm sure he's forgotten. I'm sure you've forgotten many of your adventures, Tom.
What's that?
I said I've heard about most of your adventures, but I'm
Yeah.
sure you've had so many adventures that I've forgotten about.
I had so many of them that I didn't really consider them adventurous anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just like standard shit.
But like I
I
said,
had ones that I forgot about.
that's what I'm saying.
Sometimes-
Because if it didn't really stand out in any
Yeah.
way.
Sometimes she'll be talking and I'll remember something and I'll tell her about it.
But like, but what I was saying is like that is very extreme, admittedly.
Yeah,
But I understand how you would get from point A to point B, because I kind of feel like a lot of the things that people get off on are stuff that they feel like is taboo or they're not supposed to do
I
it.
understand that. But
because you're into that kind of shit too.
yeah,
You
but
know
it's
what I mean?
fantasy.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not gonna actually do it.
Yeah,
She's actually doing the shit,
that's true.
and it could kill her.
Yeah, that's kind of, I have too much self-preservation to be doing that kind of shit.
And she was.
I would only do that if I absolutely was starving to death.
She was dangerous. She was dangerous.
Yeah.
Anybody who did that on a whim, not out of necessity, in those days.
Just because you wanted
And
to see
I
what
don't
it
think
was
she
like.
was lying to me. I think she was telling me the truth. Because conceivably, a fetish girl could lie about that.
Yeah, just to see what you would,
To see what
like,
I
how
would do.
you
I
would
was like,
react.
nah. I was like, nah. I shut that shit down. I was like, nah. I stopped taking it out with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, whatever. And then she
Whatever.
and she pretended like nothing happened. Like she pretended like I didn't break up with her. Like, fuck that bitch. She's crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
I thought it was crazy, yeah.
But
You decide you're gonna fucking, and she was doing it in the combat zone.
Mm.
Combat zones where the fucking streetwalkers are.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Taking
you
your
went
life
down
in your
there? Just I couldn't go on the main strip because of the fucking pimps.
hands.
So I had to go off. So she's going like in the more darker alleys
Right.
of the fucking combat zone. Combat zone is fucking dangerous for Boston. That's where all the strip clubs were,
Yeah.
and where the fucking prostitution was happening.
Yeah. Like I
Yeah.
said, I wouldn't. Yeah, I know some
She'd
people
just
like to
walk
like
around in an
jump off
outfit.
fucking mountains and shit like
Yeah,
that,
she
like
just-
with no self-preservation
She'd
at all.
just
But
walk around and let guys pick her up and then charge them. Then she did that. She said, "How long you did that for?" "Oh, I did it several times." And I was like, "How many?" I don't know. Fucking. And I was just like, "This bitch is fucking a hooker." And she said she tried all of them. She had all these different ways she was trying it. She wanted to know everything about the business and see how it affected her.
huh. She's like one of those. It's like one of those old '50s movies, like with the mad scientist that like injects himself with.
She was writing
the thing that was
she was
gonna-
writing like some kind of
Yeah.
thesis on in sociology or something
Yeah.
about prostitution,
Okay.
and the effects of it.
Like I said, some people are just really interested in that.
She was the fetish chick
Yeah.
in Harvard.
It's a fetish, for sure. Look at how much some chicks love like fucking gangbangs and like
Yeah. It would be
fucking
like that.
go. Hey, like I'm gonna have my boyfriend like take me to a porn theater and like
And gangbang all these
and like let him
random old
run a
dudes.
train on me.
Yeah, all these old dudes.
You know what I mean?
Old random dudes. Yeah,
Because that's who it's gonna be. It's gonna be old
old random dudes
with their old wrinkly scroot.
Well, it's kind
knocking
of like that.
against
Kind of
you.
like that scene out of fucking Return of the Living Dead with the fucking Linnea Quigley up on top of the tomb and all the zombies fucking. She's talking about the old men fucking ravaging her and shit like that, and all these zombies. But I've seen some of that shit in the fucking adult video world, it looked staged to me, like it was announced that he was going to take.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the safe way to do that.
Yeah,
You can't just...
Because you would think those dudes would all have to be tested.
Yeah. And normally, I guess, you know, it's...
Although they're not having sex with her, per se.
The internet is a big place.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's all kind of, like, sketchy shit out there.
Yeah.
But most of the mainstream porn sites are fairly diligent about not having stuff up there that, you know, wasn't consensual or, you know, everyone... They have to make sure everyone's over 18 and blah, blah, blah. And so I think that most of that stuff where... Oh, I took my wife to a porn theater and like all these fucking old dudes like fucked her and stuff. Those are set up, obviously.
Yeah, and a lot of that's here in Florida.
Yeah, they do a lot of that shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of that's here in Florida.
Because remember we saw that one where like the dude, was it a restaurant or something like that? And then like they took her in the back alley behind the restaurant and then like let a couple like 3 or 4 black dudes fuck her.
Yeah, that's right. That was...
But I think
that was some gonzo fucking...
Because everybody likes that interracial shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That was some gonzo shit. That was independent. That wasn't... But no, everybody had to have been on record for it to be on that.
Yeah,
on that
because it would get
platform.
taken down. If,
you'd have to know everybody's ID. So it was set up. But it happened.
Well, yeah.
They videotaped it. Now, were they all tested? I don't know. That's on her.
Yeah, I mean, she's a grown-ass adult.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
A pro they'd make sure that they would all have to come up with their fucking HIV test and all their fucking paperwork. It had to be like current. But I think it depends on what it is exactly they're going to do. Because that one girl that was... No, it was a girl, she was a woman. And her husband takes her to the porn store, the adult video store, and he's in his fucking Ferrari. Remember that one?
Yeah, kind of.
What's her name?
Yeah, she was kind of... Was she sort of well-known, right? Well,
yeah. Yeah, she's about 40. He takes her in there. Probably about 12 dudes fucking hit her up pretty good in the back in the adult theater. But she's basically blowing them.
Yeah.
I don't think there was much fluid exchange. So I don't know if you'd have to test them.
I mean, on the safe side, I would.
I don't see her swallow anything.
But still.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the details. They did. They were there.
Yeah.
You could have maybe skirted that. What was her name?
Seems like a lot of trouble.
Naughty.
Not her real name, obviously.
No, the name she went by. Naughty. It'll probably come to me.
Count Orlok asked a long time ago, Tom, are you familiar with a goth band in Boston called Orifice?
Mm-mm.
A lot of the songs were based on animal rights or vegan.
No, that's newer.
Yeah, that might have been
exist.
That might have been after his time there.
Her name is Naughty Alicia.
Naughty Alicia.
Naughty Alicia, yeah. And she lives here in Florida. Her and her husband. And she does stuff at the adult stores, and she does stuff on the cruise liners.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen any of those.
Yeah.
I've seen the adult store ones though.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, I do kind of get the appeal because, like I said, it's like transgressive. You're just like, ooh, I'm going out and I'm just letting all these random ass dudes like do all this stuff. Like I get that. He's
videotaping it.
But I feel like the fantasy of it is a lot hotter than the actuality of it. Would it?
Yeah, doing it
like doing it in real life would probably just be like,
it's probably mundane.
This
and
sucks.
Like, shit, yeah.
Like it just seems like it would be a pain in the ass. Well, honestly, it's because we did, we filmed videos like that and stuff.
Not like that,
but I mean, obviously, but we've done
just me and her,
just me and him, and
solo
and
stuff.
even that is just kind of like.
It's a production.
It's kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like you can't super get into it because you're just like, oh, what does it look like in the camera? And it's like you have to keep stopping, and it's like, you know what I mean? The lighting is kind of
some shit. Me and Jen do it spontaneously. I've almost had half of mine grab the camera.
You never do though.
No.
One of these
the lighting
days.
isn't bad. Is bad.
That's
a lot of times
true.
It's in the middle of the night or in the morning, and your fucking makeup isn't on, and you'd be like, oh, don't show my face.
Oh yeah, don't show my face.
That's what you do. I already thought about it.
Yeah.
But the thing is I could not shoot your face.
Yeah, if you didn't shoot my face,
because your body looks great.
It would probably be fine.
Yeah, your face looks good. It's
I'm
just,
sure
it's just you don't have you wouldn't have your makeup on, and you'd be like, oh, that's a bad angle. You know how you are.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I look okay with no makeup on. It's just that I would rather have makeup on if I'm gonna be on
control
camera.
lighting and shit like that.
But and the lighting in our bedroom is
dark.
Dark. It's like a cave in there, like because we like it.
Yeah.
It's like a cave, but
it's like
then
a club and fucking.
But with like colored lights,
magenta
shit, lights like in the corners.
Yeah.
But like you can't read anything, you can't film anything in there or anything like that. It's too dark.
No, I'd have to open. It'd be in the morning. Sometimes in the morning, fucking doing crazy shit. I'd have to open the fucking shades, get the light in, and then it would look harsh as shit.
And then it would look
pale and washed out.
That would probably
my
look
bald
really
ass and shit.
Yeah, it's like
although I've seen people make some fucking hot ass videos, you never see the faces.
Yeah, I was like, if we did that, it'd be fine. Yeah. But like, I'm not super averse to like.
Because there are some couples that don't like showing faces at all.
They don't. Well, they don't want to get fired from their job.
They don't want to get fired from their job.
Whatever. They might do jobs that if somebody found out.
You could see what they look like. It's just that you can't really ID them because they don't have a straight on shot of their head. You see the side, maybe a little bit of profile, so you know you're dealing with like a good looking person. It's just that you can't ID them.
Yeah.
Which maybe we could do something like that.
Yeah,
make sure all the batteries are charged and all the fucking little flashcards.
Because I do think about it sometimes. I'm just like, man, that was like a waste.
Yeah, shit. This morning, man, if I had that shit off, I'd be like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, and we could always like fucking if we had to fucking edit it all into like a good fucking half-hour video, and it might be like 3 or 4 sessions.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. Okay. We're sitting here talking about it.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Grampter says, I had a divorce.
All kinds of shit could happen out in a fucking car in a parking lot at the club, but the lighting is fucking sucks.
I have to get
a light for the look. I got an action cam.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a GoPro.
Because I always think about that because usually like when I come from the club, like I've had a few drinks and it's like I've been dancing all night, so I'm feeling good and shit like that. I'm like, well, let's do some shit in the car. And then he's like, no, I don't want to. It's like he never wants to do anything.
Exactly. And now I'm wondering curious about Jen looks like without makeup. She looks like she does here. It's just without lipstick, you know.
Well, I think the main difference is that I don't have eyebrows. Like I draw my eyebrows in.
Yeah, she doesn't have eyebrows.
So without makeup, I don't have any eyebrows. Which how you feel about that, I'm not really sure, but it's weird because for a long time my natural eyebrows are like Wolfman Jack eyebrows. Like I have like full on 70s Brooke Shields situation. And so like super thick black eyebrows. Even my hair naturally is red, but my eyebrows have always been black. I think I got that from my dad. And so for a long time I was just like tweezing them and it's a huge pain because they're like really thick. And then finally Tom was like, why don't you just shave them off? And I was just like, really? I don't. And then I have to draw them on every day.
And I said my first wife didn't have them. She just shaved them.
But the thing about it is that for a while, like, so I was drawing them on and I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, man, I'm sick of drawing them on. I'm going to grow them back. And then I grew them back and then I was like tweezing them again. I was like, fuck it. I'm just shaving them off. It's so much easier. I hate having to draw them on every day, but I hate tweezing them more. So I just got them off. Have I thought about getting them tattooed on? I have, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't really want any tattoos on my face. And honestly, if you don't have any eyebrows, you can kind of draw them on. Like if I wanted to draw them like super high up and crazy, like I could do that if I wanted to. So I can do like different looks. But I think that's the main difference. I'm very pale. I have nice skin. Like I don't have, scars or zits or anything like that. And I don't really have any wrinkles yet, which is good. But, yeah, I think I look okay, just not. I like high contrast, That's why I like the kind of pale skin. I like the all black eyes and I like the red lips. I like high contrast. So it's like, so I look like me just with no contrast and no eyebrows. Seth says, I'm a victim of the 90s overplucked pencil thin eyebrows that never grew back Now I have to draw them on every day. Yeah. And it's just kind of like, mine were just so thick that I just couldn't get them. And like I would tweeze them and I could never get them even. And it drove me crazy. And it's really painful. It's like I tried waxing them. I tried just like tweezing them. I'm just like, fuck this. It's just like a pain in the ass. And so I just shaved them off. And then so I just draw them on. And honestly, it's funny because last time we were at Disney at Hollywood Studios with my sister, and when she goes to Disney, she's like, fuck, I don't put any makeup on because it's like I'm just gonna sweat it all off anyway. It's Florida. And honestly, I wear full makeup there, and my makeup stays. I get a little bit shiny before the end of the day. Like I kind of go in and blot a little bit, but the eyebrows do not come off. And she's like, how the fuck do you do that? And I was like, all I do is and I have cheap shit. I don't buy expensive makeup or nothing like that because I can't afford it for one thing. But it's like also over a certain price point, I don't think it matters. I just draw them on with a pencil, powder it over, and then paint over it with like a liquid liner and then let it dry. And then sometimes I'll kind of pat over it with powder again too, and it stays most of the time. Unless I go like that or somebody really wipes it, or if my face gets super, super wet. But most of the time it stays.
Sass in the chat.
Yeah.
What's up, Sass?
Yeah. Said she also has to draw her eyebrows on because she overplucked them in the 90s.
That's right, Sass. Once you raise that child, you need to fucking get your cute ass over here in Florida. Me and Jen will fucking take care of you. We'll take you to the club. Once that child's raised. Although he's grown now, isn't he? He's probably about 7 years old probably by now.
I was kind of thinking, I have a picture somewhere of me without makeup on, but it's old. Like, it's probably like 10 years old. And I actually liked that picture, even though I didn't have makeup on. I think we took it on your laptop, like at your old apartment.
What's that?
I have a picture where I didn't have makeup on.
I had a picture of you with not much makeup, with your fucking red hair, with your little red bob. You look fucking great in that picture.
Yeah.
Remember that picture?
Yeah. I know.
You were probably...
like I said, it's probably kind of old.
It's after you lost all that weight, you were probably 145 pounds, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your head looked fucking pretty as shit with that little haircut. Remember that? Your head looked pretty.
Doesn't my head look pretty now?
It's getting there. It's getting there, man.
Oh, it's getting there.
You've lost so much fucking weight. Yeah.
I've lost 25 pounds.
You lost 25
on
pounds
the GLP-1, and it's not making me feel like throwing up all the time now. No. So I guess that's worn off. But...
back when you were like at 145, your head like fucking looked very angular and like square.
I weighed a lot less than that.
You had a really square jaw.
I weighed a lot less than that.
How much did you weigh then?
I probably weighed like 125.
Was it that way? No, it wasn't that way.
No, I got down to 118 pounds.
See if I can find
at some point.
Where did I see that picture? It reminded me of that picture in my timeline on Facebook. It showed it to me.
I don't know. You should probably look it up so you know what I'm.
It said your memories, and it gave a date.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Let me see.
Victor says Jen stopped aging 12/31/1999 at 11:59.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that I'm kind of hoping that I don't pull a Dorian Gray and like all of a sudden it just all hits at one time. Because I'm kind of being like, I'll be 54 in September, and I'm just like, man, I still look pretty good. Like I don't look like a 20-year-old, obviously, but it's just like I'm not that delusional. But I was like, I still look pretty good.
You look great,
and
you actually look better than you ever have.
Yeah, I think so too.
Fucking hot as shit. Yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah,
like I
really
definitely because of the working out. And all of the hormones and the GLP-1, like I definitely like my body looks a lot better, and like I'm actually like a lot less self-conscious about going out in in really skimpy like outfits, like where I would never ever have done that before, because I'm like, oh, my thighs are too fat or whatever. Like I would have been
she's
like
got fucking great legs, fucking great ass, nice booty.
So now I'll wear like little bitty booty shorts and like shit like that, and not be. And shit, I have like other chicks at the club being like, man, look at your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dudes don't do it, but other girls do.
Well, dudes know that they might get in trouble.
But they probably would, depending on how they came at me. Zach says, for Halloween sometime, you should just dress how you normally do. but not put your brows on. It'll fuck with people's heads because they won't notice at first. Now, our friend Gia, she didn't have eyebrows, but that was kind of her look.
Yeah.
And she actually looked good without eyebrows, I thought.
She's Central American, so she had like a lot of Mayan blood in her. And she had like fucking big ear.
Yeah, she had like the big...
And like some Mayan...
stretched earlobes.
Jewelry. And she did. She looked like a Maya woman. She looked really cool like that.
She was little, but
little and pretty.
And she had like a little...
Yeah.
Not a mohawk exactly, but it was mostly shaved on the sides. But she just would go out without... She had other makeup on, but she didn't have any eyebrows. But I thought it looked cool. And I don't know. I've never really done full makeup without eyebrows. I wonder what that would look like. Probably weird. I mean, I would probably think it would look weird because I'm not used to it. You know. Let's see. Count Orlock said, Jenny, are you familiar with the singer Joe Lynn Turner? He revealed a few days he had alopecia since he was 3, wore a wig at 14, and now he's about 75 and has tattooed eyebrows. Yeah, I never heard of that, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing about alopecia, like that your eyebrows will fall. And if you have cancer and you get radiation, like your eyelashes fall out too. Like I think people don't realize your eyebrows, your eyelashes, all your hair. It's not just your hair in your head. It all comes out. See who says Jenny, you should do Tom's eyebrows for him.
Talking about, I got eyebrows.
He's got eyebrows. I'm not. Oh, and Victor says Whoopi Goldberg doesn't have eyebrows. Yeah, that's true. She doesn't. And I guess I never really noticed. I guess because she has like a pretty strong brow, so I never really noticed that. But I think I don't know. I don't think I look weird without the eyebrows on. I guess because I'm so used to looking at myself without eyebrows. Because like I said, if I wash makeup off, I don't have eyebrows, so I'm just used to it, so it's not weird to me. But I think if I was aware that other people were looking at me and had never seen me without eyebrows before, then I would be weirded out. You know what I mean? CB says Jenny would look naturally beautiful without makeup. Oh, thank you. I don't know if that's the case, but like I said, I think I look okay without makeup.
Yeah, she looks okay.
Yeah, I mean, he sees me without makeup all the time. Because sometimes I don't, if I'm not streaming or if I'm not recording a video or if I don't have a video meeting or anything that day, then I don't fuck with makeup. I'm just like, fuck it, I don't feel like putting it on. Because it's, it's a lot of effort. So if no one's going to see me, then I don't bother. You know what I mean? Because Tom knows what I look like without it. But I don't know.
I'm looking for that photo. It showed me a photo of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what one I think I kind of know what you're talking about.
You had a bob and red hair.
Here
it is.
Oh, you found it? Let me see. Oh, yeah. I did have a little bit of makeup on there, but not much. That was a long time ago, though.
Yeah.
That was right around the time...
This is about around the time I first met you, Jen.
Yeah. That was right around the time that I got my driver's license picture taken, because for a long time that was my driver's license photo. My hair was like that.
I'm going to save this photo. I haven't seen you like that in a long time.
I just found that shirt the other day.
Yeah.
I lost it for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was going through my shit. I was like,
that's a cute shirt.
I forgot about that shirt.
Yeah. Do you guys recognize her? Look at her.
Up in the closet.
Yeah.
That's an old picture, though. That's from
15 years ago.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, or almost that. Almost that.
Yeah, 14 maybe.
But I do have makeup on there, just not.
Yeah,
much.
you have some.
Just
you didn't have much. Just eyebrows and lipstick on it. A little bit of eye shadow. What do you think you weighed there? That's not 140, right?
That was a lot. I weighed probably 130.
130.
Or 125, right around there.
That's really not far from what you are now, then.
Yeah.
Another 20 pounds.
Well, like I said, I only have to lose about another 20 pounds.
Another 20.
That's what I'm shooting for.
Yeah.
And I didn't work out then, so I didn't have any muscles.
Yeah.
Like now.
She had a kind of more slender build. Jen's now, she's built.
Yeah, because my legs now are
yeah.
No, I don't want to do that. But
no, you're in good enough clothes to see that. They can see it. Not gonna hurt you, anybody. How do I save this?
Gramther says you look like Amanda Plummer in Pulp Fiction. Oh, I'll take it. I love her actually. High Desert says some people look better when aged. Others seem to lose their looks overnight. Yeah, it's just, and honestly, I don't know. I always had like such a weird relationship with my appearance, I guess, like my whole entire life. So I was really, really cute when I was a child. Like I was an adorable child, if I do say so myself. I had red hair. I was like super cute. And once I hit puberty though, it all started going to hell. My face looked good, but I just started like porking out. Like as soon as I had my period, I started like porking out.
That's a full photo, full size that photo. Yeah, that's what Jen looks like when she's very thin.
Yeah, and like I said, that's probably 14 or 15 years old. That picture.
But you still have
that was in the bathroom at our.
You still have that same bone structure though.
Yeah,
you could get that back. You get that back.
How did I say I look like Mila Jovovich in that picture from Fifth Element?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I had hair like that.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that if I have any weight in my face at all, I can't do a short bob like that.
Right.
Because it makes my head look like a huge bowling ball.
Yeah. Well, this camera angle also isn't very flattering to you either. Take your glasses off.
Oh, everyone's blurry.
Yeah. See.
Oh, okay. Don't stick your fingers in my eyes.
Don't get mad. Now turn your head a little bit of an angle.
Which angle?
Just that way.
I can't really see you.
That way. That way.
I can't see you.
See.
My eyes are blurry.
Yeah, you're not far from that. A couple pounds and that would come back. But no, you look great.
That's better.
You look great. You're not far from that.
I kind of want to do the red hair again, but it's like, it was such a pain to maintain though.
Yeah.
I liked how it looked, but the black is so much easier because you can just like slap it on whenever.
You got time. You got
That's
time to think
true.
about it.
Because to do the red, you have to like bleach it. And to get all the black out, when I did it that red, and that wasn't even as red as I got it because I got
it was just kind of natural red.
Yeah, like because I'm sure you have some pictures in there where my hair was like bright red.
Yeah.
And I loved that, but man, I had to like put dye in it like every week, like to keep it because it would get like pink, like it would turn pink, and man, the inside of our shower was fucking red. It was like stained with like red dye and shit. I really like how it looked, but it was just, but to get that red, my hair was black for a long time, and then I had to bleach it, and I had to bleach it, I think 3 times, like to get all the black out, like to get it light enough that the red would show up.
Yeah.
And I had like my scalp kind of started to scab a little bit because of the bleach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
just let your hair grow out some.
Yeah.
Just
I want to, like I said, I'm trying to have a Morticia moment.
Yeah.
Where I just want it all one, because honestly, I don't think I've ever had my hair all one length and black. Like for a while when it was still red before I started dyeing it, I had it like that. But when I had it red or when I had it black before, I always had bangs. So I don't think that I've ever, and I'm not saying I might bring the bangs back because I do like my bangs, but I wanted to do just the long straight black Morticia thing because I've never really had it like that. So I want to see how that's gonna go. And it's almost like grown out because the underside where it was shaved is almost grown out to the same length as this. That's what I was trying to do. That's why I was wearing wigs for such a long time, because I was waiting for this underside to grow out because it looked all fucking...
Yeah, people are going like, you're a tranny.
Like a mullet.
You're a tranny.
You know what I mean? It was like kind of funny looking. So it's like, so I always
it's grown out. It looks great now.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a little bit, there's a little bit of difference. Like
it won't be long.
But it's not much. It's like it's this long and this.
Oh
is
yeah,
like
the girls at the
long.
club though are starting to love it. They're like, your hair looks so good.
Yeah,
it's been coming in. It looks good now.
It's getting.
It'll be better every month.
It's getting there.
Yeah, it's all out coming out one length.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a pain to maintain it. Like I said, because it's thick and it wants to knot up.
Yeah.
But, so I have to like put conditioner.
We need to
like,
get you some round glasses like you used to have before too. Whatever happened to those? We couldn't get those again.
No, I couldn't find them because remember I bought that pair.
Yeah.
And it took like
From
3
Alibaba.
weeks to get
It
there.
was Alibaba, yeah.
And they were like $75.
They were expensive, yeah.
And I measured because
What
I was
happened
like,
to them? They were broke?
they broke.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I paid like $75 for those.
What broke on them?
They just broke in half, like in the middle.
Right in the middle? So it can't be fixed.
No.
Yeah.
And
The lens is still around?
yeah, I kept them there somewhere. What?
Didn't you have some fake glasses the same size that didn't magnify?
Yeah.
We could put those lenses in that.
No, they're not the same
They're
size.
not the same size? Okay.
Well, yeah, that's the issue, and that's what I was getting
Right.
to, is that I measured those big round glasses that I had.
they look so good on you.
And I was just kind of like, okay, I want a pair this size.
Yeah.
And I thought that the ones I ordered for $75 were that size. But when they got here, they were smaller.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't that big.
You don't wear those, though?
They broke.
Even the smaller ones broke.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the big ones. They broke, too?
They didn't break, but I can't see with them anymore because the magnification isn't enough.
Isn't enough?
Like these ones, I had to get these ones because these are like 3.
Right.
Because I can't fucking see anymore.
And
so
didn't something get on the lens and burn it?
No, like hot glue got on it.
Hot glue. Were you able to get that off of it? Or it melted
But
the lens?
I can't see with them anyway.
Yeah.
So they're not really. There's no use in me wearing them because I can't see.
And they're not available in another.
I couldn't find them anywhere.
Couldn't find
I couldn't find them anywhere.
They probably come and go.
Because you can even search for like oversize.
Yeah.
Because they were big. They were like this
huge.
big.
They look cool. Yeah.
And I really liked them. And it's like I don't understand why it's so fucking hard to find those. And like even the ones that say oversize on them, I ordered a pair that said oversize, and they're not oversized. Yeah. They were like much smaller than I was expecting.
Yeah.
And I was kind of upset because I paid a lot for those
big ones, like something out of the 70s. They were totally round, very very skinny frame, and they just fucking suited Jen. If you're around here, you can put them on. You'll see. Where are they?
I have no idea. Or they may be over there.
She wore them to the club one time, and my little fucking drunk as shit. And he goes, "I love those glasses on you. You need to get more of those glasses. All those glasses should be like that. Get like 5 pair of those glasses.
Because I generally
all your glasses should.
I don't wear glasses to the club because I can see far away. Yeah, it's just I can't see.
Here they are.
Close up. I can't see.
Here they are.
My phone, I can't see. Computer, I can't see anything.
This is them.
I can't read anything.
This is them.
Yeah, but...
Okay.
Where'd they go?
I forgot.
Like, put them in my hand. Don't just...
I did put them in your hand.
No, you didn't.
You dropped them. Let me wipe them off.
Now, these ones... These are not reflect, like,
They're not magnifying?
No. So I can't see...
These are the clear ones?
Yeah, I can't see shit with those on.
Okay. So these are just the fake ones.
Yeah.
But they were the same size as the real ones, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We could put the real lenses in this frame. I could do that.
But I just told you I can't see
isn't good enough. Yeah.
with the magnification isn't
good enough either way.
That's why I don't wear them anymore.
Okay, but it's the same size
because I can't see anything. Everything's still blurry with them on.
It's all bent up too.
Like I said, I got 2 pairs of these.
These are very flattering glasses. I think you guys are gonna like these.
I know, but like, yeah, see, I can't. Everything's just blurry.
I think those look really cool.
They do, but I still can't see anything.
Yeah.
Like I can see that there's text, but I can't read anything. It's just all blurry.
And those aren't magnifying at all?
These ones are a little bit, but not.
They're not enough.
Not enough.
And that was the second one? Or is that the ones is that the first pair or the second pair we got?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. You said you had 1 pair, but there weren't enough. Is this them? Is that the one?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the first pair we got.
Like these are slightly magnifying, but not enough to read anything.
Let me see you. Look. Yeah, that looks cool.
I know, but I can't. I looked.
Yeah.
Believe me, I looked for a very, very long time.
They're out there.
And then I ended up paying $75 for ones that I thought were this size.
And they're not that size.
Because I measured those.
And do they work?
They did, but they broke now, so I can't wear them.
2 of those. Those are fake, right?
Well, those are not the same size anyway.
They're not the same size, but are the magnifications good enough?
No,
neither one of these. Okay.
That's why I don't wear them anymore.
Yeah,
these are the only ones that are good enough.
Yeah,
I have 2 pairs of these.
Yeah,
and I bought these. These were only like $20 each, and
Well,
these are 3.
Do you know what your magnification is?
Yeah, 3.
3? Okay, I'll look for some.
Yeah, I've looked. Good luck.
You've looked on it? Okay. If y'all fucking know those
Good
glasses, if y'all know those big old fucking oversized 70s ground glasses in magnification 3, hit us up.
Yeah, because I could not find any. And the pair that I bought and spent way too much money on, I thought were that size, and then when they got here,
They were
weren't.
little. They were little spectacles. And it's not the same.
And I was pissed off.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Like, the magnification was right, but they weren't
Yeah.
big. Like, they weren't even close to that
Yeah.
big. Even though I measured it.
Yeah.
They lied to me. I was really
Says go
upset.
Tom, she gets anything to listen to it. No, I know that. I was trying to figure out which glasses she was talking about. Because there was like 4 glasses in my mind. 2 sets of big ones and 2 sets of little ones. And I thought one set of big one was magnifying, and the other set of big one didn't magnify at all. It was
Yeah.
like costume glasses.
They were both the same size.
They're both same size, but
Those
one
ones were magnifying, but they don't magnify enough anymore.
They don't anymore. Okay, you changed
Because
in
my
that Right.
eyesight has gotten considerably worse, like
Okay.
since I bought those.
since you bought those, right?
So I can't really use those anymore
Okay,
because I can't really see.
so we need
anything with
3,
them.
and both your eyes are the same, basically.
Yep, I guess. I
You
don't know.
guys. So 3 is good in either eye.
Like I said, all I know is if I don't have these on, I can't read anything.
All right,
That's all I know.
and those are 3.
Yes.
Okay.
And I got these on Amazon because, like I said, I looked and looked, and I even looked on Shein. I looked on Alibaba. Because I think I got those on Alibaba like a long time ago.
Yeah, you got them on Alibaba.
And it took like a month to get here.
Yeah.
So I even looked on there, but I couldn't find anything that size.
Nowadays, Shein might have not Shein.
I looked on there too.
Temu.
I looked on there too.
I
I didn't
bet you-
find anything.
They'll have something eventually. It'll come up. Temu has everything.
Granther sent us $4.99 super chat for the new glasses fund. Thank you very much.
What was it? 49 cents.
What? $4.99. I said.
$4.99 for glasses.
Yeah.
Thank you, bros. I thought you said 49.
No.
Thank you very much.
These were like the only ones I could find that because I picked a bunch out and then like Tom was like, man, I don't like those. I don't like those. I don't
Yeah.
like those. So these were like the only ones that were like acceptable, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I got 2 pairs of these. I have one in my purse and I keep one in my office.
Yeah.
The weird thing about it is that when I'm watching TV in the bedroom, and I always put the closed captioning on because I'm also kind of deaf. Getting old. It sucks. So I can't read the closed captioning without glasses. But if I have these ones, which are 3, then everything looks really weird and makes me dizzy. So I can actually use the lesser ones, like the 2 or the 2.5, the old glasses. I can use those for watching something far away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have another pair of glasses in there that's like 2 magnification that I use
Right.
for like the far away TV. Because I can't use these in there. These are just for close up shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. My brother got LASIK and he was like, just kind of like, man, maybe you should look into that. And I'm just like, I don't know. I can't afford that anyway, but still. Counterholic says y'all mentioned lava soap the other night. They still sell it.
They do?
I kind of figured
Yeah.
they did. Somebody's still buying that shit.
Because I was looking for that a couple times. I looked for it. I wanted some of that shit from emergency fucking bug out bag from my fucking rucksack. Something that you could fucking take out in the field or in the fucking wild. Because we used to camp with that shit.
Yeah.
It would last forever. 1 bar. But like I said, it would dry you out. Or at least it did when I was a kid. Maybe it wouldn't do that to me now. I'm an old man.
I don't know if they've changed the formula too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always remember it like drying your skin out.
It had like a lye soap feeling to it, where it was like it would like slightly.
Did it
hot.
like legit have lye in it?
I don't know.
think they used to make soap with lye, so I kind of feel like maybe it's old
I
school.
remember it being kind of like it was rough,
Yeah,
like sandpaper,
yeah.
and after using it, it would have a slight burning feeling, like it ate part of you off, like
Took off a couple layers.
like it dissolved some of you. But I don't know.
Getting all
you
the
know?
germs off, man.
The last time,
get that fresh skin that's underneath.
the last time I fucked with lava soap, I was probably about 14 or 15. So you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I don't think I was as fucking rough as I am now. You know. Because that's some old school. That's some old greatest generation soap. That was even pre-boomer.
Because man,
that was old man soap.
I'm telling you, like I used to use that back in the day, but I gotta moisturize, dude. I'm constantly like putting lotion on.
Yeah.
Like all the time. I've like fucking huge bottles of lotion like everywhere.
Well, no, lava's not for girls. Lava soap was not for girls.
Well,
that was for dudes that were working. Like in mechanics.
Well, like I know that. That's why we had it.
Dudes that were working out on fucking oil rigs and shit.
Well, yeah, but like if you got like greasy shit on you, yeah. Like that would get you up.
Great.
So I had to use it sometimes for that purpose.
Yeah, but
it will fuck your skin up.
I respected it because as a kid, I remember a bar of it lasting forever.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Well, you only used it in extreme situations.
Well, I remember actually using it camping and it not getting any smaller.
It's magic.
Because it just didn't wear. It just lasted forever.
Yeah. TV says, I'm blind in my right eye and didn't know. My glasses only have my prescription in the lens. That's why my glasses never cost as much as they usually do. Yeah, I don't even know. I've never been to an eye doctor ever. I'm just kind of like, you know, I don't have insurance and haven't for many years.
Insurance for that shit, man.
Many years.
You can take that shit, but all you gotta do is ask me. I'll take you down to fucking to Sam's. They got an optometrist right there.
Yeah, I know they do.
It doesn't cost that much.
I've gone with you before.
Yeah, a couple $100. Get you. My prescription was different on either eye.
Yeah, mine probably is too, but like I said,
and they gave me the progressive lenses and all that, and I spent all that fucking money, and you know what? You break those glasses anyway, and you can kind of get by with the fucking $7 glasses at the.
That's what I mean. I just go to the dollar store and get reading glasses.
You really can. You can get by at the dollar store.
As long as it works, I'm going the cheaper.
It kind of works. There is eye strain over time because your eyes might be different, but fuck them. They're constantly changing anyway, and your prescription's changing.
Yeah, I never really noticed any. I just get stronger and stronger, like reading glasses is what I've been doing. Because like I said, you can go to the fucking dollar store and get them for they're like $20.
Yeah.
You know, some of them aren't even that much.
No, I think it's $4 to $7.
Depends on. I mean, you're not going to get like super stylish ones for that. No. Like I said, these ones.
They have some that are kind of stylish though, but you have to fucking. The thing is though, is that you got to know what prescription you need. You need 3.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy it from the dollar store. They got shit online. You can get all different kinds of styles.
Well, I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
That's where I got these. I got these on Amazon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were $17.
Probably get that shit.
And I got 2 pairs.
Probably get that shit on fucking Temu. You probably got all kinds of stuff on Temu.
Well, I looked on there and I didn't really see anything I wanted.
Yeah. I would just keep checking because they always got common.
Well, I know that, but like I said, I got these. I got 1 pair. It was $17.99 or something like that, or $17.50 or something. And I got 1 pair, and I was like, okay, those look good, and I can see in those. So I bought another pair just in case, because I know how I do. So the other pair I just keep in my purse.
Yeah.
And then this pair I just keep in the office, like so, because I don't want to lose one or break it or something.
They talk about how sexy redheads are. Yeah, I like redheads too. I like redheads, black hair. I like all hair. It really doesn't really matter. What matters is the woman. And I like change too. You know what I mean? Fucking some variety. So if women change their hair, that's cool too. She can always change it back. I'm not really, you know, I like everything as long as it's done right.
Yeah, that's kind of a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just kind of like I don't really have a type or anything like that. It's like, man, I'll know it if I see it.
You know when you see it.
You know what I mean? Something looks good. I'm like, yeah, it looks good. I don't really think about anything ahead of time, you know? Oh, man, I got to pee again.
Go ahead.
All right. All this vodka, man, it's going right through me.
Go right through you. Damn, you're looking good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, she's laughing. I can't wait to go to the club tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a good night. Let me get back to the stream. So what were we talking about earlier? Fuck glasses. I'm done talking about glasses. What you guys want to talk about? Getting hungry. I have to get off here and made some food. Did some stuffed bell peppers, stuffed green peppers, with hamburger, rice, and fucking seasoning, for ketchup on top. Baked it. Had a bunch of different peppers I pulled out of the garden. Green peppers. Had some fucking big old long fucking sweet peppers. Put that in there. Jalapenos. Stuffed those. Jen ate most of the green peppers. I ate all the other stuff.
Why aren't you talking?
Talk about peppers. Talk about the peppers that I made.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were good, weren't they?
Well, that one that you ate.
Yeah.
Well, you'd ate it, not me.
I should have said if I ate two.
And you said that was too hot even for you, so.
Yeah. But I've been wussing out. I haven't been eating hot stuff lately.
The older you get, like, the less your digestive system like puts up with that shit, you know?
I could get back into it. I just got to fucking warm up to it again. And I was, like, worried about what's going to happen later when that fucking comes out. See, I want to see what that's going to be like. Because you see, when I first was eating, I was like, that's not that hot.
And then you were like,
the seeds got to me. And I was like,
no.
Like 10 minutes later, it's getting hotter and hotter.
Yeah.
Like, man, that shit was fucking hotter than I thought it was. I forgot the name of that.
You're like, oh, I'm going to be regretting this shit later.
Yeah. Says, what's this going to do to my intestines, man?
Yeah, see, I can't eat hot shit.
Yeah.
I was never a huge fan of it. Like I
like
said, I just want to like eat my food, not endure it. But
I used to consider it like mouth surfing when I was young. I'd fucking love
surfing.
fucking different kinds of hot sauce, super hot shit.
I don't mind some stuff that's spicy,
it.
but it's like the older I get, like the less enthused I am.
Yeah, it's kind of like your stomach acids can't put up with it. And all of a sudden,
it's just like, no,
you start getting fucking heartburn.
We're not doing that.
No, you didn't used to get heartburn.
Yeah.
Now,
like
I don't get heartburn if I'm on HCG, human gonadotropin. That's a pituitary gland stimulant, and it stimulates your pituitary gland to make all those stomach acids and shit you need. And after that, you eat that shit up. That's why, look, man, y'all, biotechnology, man, and fucking hormones, all that shit works. I got some shit coming here too. Fucking this fucking it's it's just a number, and it's a peptide fragment, and it's a fragment of a peptide that's supposed to have something to do with fucking fat loss. But I got it real cheap, and I used it so I could access some fucking bonus coins that I had from the dealer so I could get some testosterone. But that shit's gonna come. It's only like a week's worth of it. I want to see if that makes a difference. It's only $30 for about a week's worth of it. I'm gonna try that. I've never, besides GLP-1, I've never done any fucking peptides. We'll see.
Count Rolex says, Tom, I'm introducing my aunt and uncle to butter chicken tomorrow.
No shit.
They've never had butter chicken before.
Wait, hold on. What country are you in? Where are you? What's all that?
I mean, butter chicken is one of the best things.
Yeah.
Ever.
Who are these people? How old are you? What country are you in? Is this my recipe? What recipe you get? Or
yeah,
is this in your order?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
If it's the recipe that you're getting out of my cookbook, that recipe was basically a Gordon Ramsay style recipe.
Sort of.
I changed it a little bit to make it a little bit easier, but it's just as good. It might be a little bit better. It's more to my taste, more to an American taste. Gordon Ramsay's fucking spice levels were pussy. He doesn't like. I don't know. He's bland.
We have his. I really like his cookbook that we have. Like we have his Indian food cookbook.
It's good, but he tells you.
But
yeah,
all his stuff's pretty mild. But like I said, it says in there that it's like, you know, if you want it spicier, obviously you can add more spice.
Yeah.
But he's just going like at the base level. So everything in there's like pretty mild.
He tells you he's giving you the mild version.
Yeah. Which, like I said, usually that's...
I like 2 or 3 times the amount of spice he's talking.
Sometimes I do like mild stuff. It depends on where you're going. Like what restaurant you're going to. Because sometimes mild is fine. But like sometimes if you tell them, oh, a little bit spicy, they'll go like way overboard with it. And I can't eat it.
Yeah.
But sometimes like the Gordon Ramsay recipes were like too mild. Like, I feel like, didn't we make his biryani one time? And we're like,
Biryani, yeah.
yeah, and I was just kind of like, that was a little too, there's not enough spice in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It was
I haven't made
good. It
biryani in a
was
long
good,
time.
but it was like, it was pretty, it was not very
Biryani's a rice and chicken dish.
spicy.
Cooking rice and chicken together in the same dish. It's pretty good.
It's not my favorite of all the Indian dishes that we do.
I like stuff
but
that has sauce with it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Like, I'm more butter chicken, saag paneer. I like your saag paneer.
Palak paneer.
Yeah. Like, all that kind of stuff is good. But, butter chicken.
What's he saying?
They are 78 and 79 and never heard of it.
Oh, shit.
I got to get your recipe from when I buy your book. Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy that it's like they've never. But I guess like that generation,
So are you making it for them, or
I guess so,
or are you buying it for them? Because he said he doesn't have my recipe. My recipe was kind of based on Gordon Ramsay's a little bit. Because there isn't one recipe to eat.
Yeah, there's lots of different ways you can make it.
The Indians themselves make that shit in all different ways. And butter chicken is not some ancient Indian traditional dish or anything like that. It's from the fucking Taj. It's from the
a chef that worked there came
from
up
a
with
chef from fucking a famous Indian hotel called the Taj Mahal Hotel, and that was one of their signature dishes. And it's just like a creamy chicken curry kind of.
I can't imagine that like anybody.
Yeah, and the actual recipe is this fucking secret. All right, the Taj won't let that shit go, man. Fucking, they're not gonna let that out. That's top secret. The recipes for butter chicken that you're getting are other people's
like variations
of what they think it is and what they like. It's the same thing as a Chinese dish called General Tso's chicken or General Gao chickens. General Tso's chicken is the most common. That is not some ancient Chinese dish. It's the most popular Chinese dish worldwide, General Tso's chicken. That came from Taiwan. And it came, was it Taiwan? And it came from I think it was Taiwan. And it came from a casino restaurant. A restaurant out of a casino. And it was one chef that did it and made it famous. And it was back in the 1960s. And only he knew the recipe. He wouldn't tell anybody the recipe. He had a couple chefs that knew the recipe. Saw a whole documentary on it. Every other version of General Tso's chicken is a fake. It's somebody kind of making that recipe. But that's not what it was. I saw an interview, a whole documentary about that particular dish. And that documentary tracked down a chef that worked with the chef that invented it. And he knew the recipe, and he wouldn't tell anybody the recipe. It was a fucking trade secret for that particular casino. He said he's never tasted it replicated. They fucking gave him a couple dishes of it that they thought what it was, and he goes, this one's close, but no, that's not it. They gave him like 2 or 3 dishes, and he's like, yeah, this one's real close, but it's not it. He goes, it's missing something. And he says most of them, and they said, what is it missing? He says, I'm not going to tell you. And that's just that's just the way hardcore professional chefs are. They're not going to tell you what the recipe is. Not on something like that. Out of all the Chinese dishes, Chinese American dishes and shit that they eat out of the Chinese foods, my favorite one is General Tso's chicken. I've never had the real thing. Every place does it fucking slightly different. The best one I had was a little fucking corner Chinese restaurant in fucking Somerville, Massachusetts. In Medford, Massachusetts. And that one was fucking great. It was richer, deeper, flavor. It had the way it was battered, the consistency of the sauce. That one was fucking beautiful. It kind of had a nutty brown sugar kind of flavor to it, but with like ginger. There's no way to describe it. But I can get that same dish up the road here in fucking Eustis, fucking Florida. And it's kind of the same dish, but not really. I still enjoy it. Butter chicken's the same way. Unless you go to the Taj, you'll never have the real thing.
Ken Alex says I'm cooking it for them.
Okay, cook it. All right.
And it says they're going to visit tomorrow because my fiance is isolating because she just began her radioactive iodine therapy to wipe out the remaining cancer cells. Positive vibes. Yeah, good luck with it. I saw that earlier, but I didn't get a chance to comment on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck with that. But the thing about it is, I don't really understand, like, people that have never had Indian food and there's like, oh, they think it's weird or something like that. Like, butter chicken is just chicken.
Yeah. There's nothing weird about Indian food.
Tomatoes. Yeah. Spices. There's nothing weird in there.
Yeah.
And lots of butter. It's delicious. I don't really.
What kind of rice are you going to be using? But no, out of the Indian food that basically is served here in the United States, probably there's nothing weird about it. Not what they have here. Now you can go out in the backwoods of India and they're eating ants and shit. You know, I mean, that's not what they're serving here. What they serve here is usually stuff that kind of comes out of hotels and mainstream.
Yeah, nothing
Indian
like no
stuff.
Weird ingredients or anything. One of my favorite things in the world, we have a restaurant here called Memories of India.
Yeah.
There's one in Lake Mary and there's one there's one in like the tourist area of like Orlando, like on International Drive. And they do a lamb korma.
Yeah.
That is
real good.
Oh, I get that almost every time we go there, and it's got like slivered almonds in it. Oh my god,
we haven't been to that in a while. We haven't been to the other place. We haven't been to fucking
good.
Fifth Element in a while either.
Yeah, we have like there's a place it's right by the big Sam's over there in Lake Mary called Fifth Element. It's an Indian buffet. It's not big, like the buffet only has probably like a dozen dishes on it or something like that, and they change out. But it's like, man, that place is really, really good. Mm-hmm. The prices has gone up a little bit, but it's still, you can eat as much as you want.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, right?
Yeah. You must be ready to shut it down?
Yeah, I'm getting kind of drunk and kind of tired. Little Miss Bambi, bless her. She woke me up at 5 a.m. for breakfast. And I was like, I'm kind of used to it at this point. Like, I'm kind of like open one eye and I hear her kind of scratching on the chair. I'm like, okay, I'll get up and feed you. Then I got back in bed and then I was laying there trying to get back to sleep. And then she wanted to like come up and cuddle. Yeah. So she comes up, she had eaten, and she comes up in the bed and she's like, hey, my man. And then she's like, she gets all up next to me like that. And she laid her head down on my arm. And she's like, like she was like that. And I was like, aw. Like, so I was like, so I couldn't get back to sleep. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to like roll over on her. So I've been up since probably 5 in the morning. Yeah. So I'm like a little bit tired. And haven't eaten that much today either. So I'm getting a little bit drunk because I'm drinking some vodka. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show this evening. We had a good time talking about, I don't know where the time went, honestly. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up for the night. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your Friday evening. And I hope you guys have a really good weekend. Have a good time out there. Be safe out there. We'll be back on Monday night for a movie review. I have no idea what movie we're going to do yet, but we'll figure something out. So yeah, so hopefully you guys can come back for that. Thank you for hanging out with us this Friday evening. Thank you for your super chats. We will see you guys again on Monday night. Good night.